no doubt. You want to bat first, get those runs on the board. But yesterday's day game featured 193 runs. That'll indicate that this pitch is a good one. And the Kandy Falcons will target something in the region of 170 to stay in the game.
Yeah, you spoke about 193 he scored in the previous outing in the day game. But the standard of bowling with these two teams is much more higher. For batters, they really have to work hard to get there. So, in my opinion, the challenge for the Jaffna Kings, after they've been asked to bowl first up in this match, they have to restrict the opposition to 150. That will give them a chance to win this game easily. Anything over 160, they'll have to work really hard, because Kandy Falcons, all the bowlers, they've been doing a fantastic job in keeping the batsmen quiet and picking up wickets at regular intervals.
This contest could be dubbed the clash of the openers, the opening pairs, the two of the best opening pairs we've seen in the tournament as well.
And similar. One bats with measured approach, the other one goes after the bowlers. It's been working well for both the sides. There are so many aspects to be enjoyed in this game. You know, they have few middle order batsmen who could really drive the innings.
2 points and significant pride at stake as we get set for this first delivery of match 13. Tim Nisanka, Andre Fletcher, these two have been very productive as an opening pair. Nisanka in particular, he's gotten starts in every single innings. His first innings, 71 from 41 deliveries. Beyond that, he's gotten into the 20s on all occasions.
He's got away on a couple of occasions. Tisar Pereira, short and wide. Nisanka threw the shot a little too quickly, and hence no timing.
And indicative of the fact that the ball is not coming onto the bat. And that's why he only hit the ball too hard into the surface. No timing there.
Straight to the field again. Altino Mawoyo did a pitch report and he was spot on. Same pitch being used, there's a lot of wear and tear. Spoke about the effectiveness of the length that fast bowlers should be bowling because of the dryness, just short of that good length area. With pace variations, that's the way to go as a seamer on this surface.
It's dry, it's very dry now. It's the 5th consecutive day of cricket that we're having here. Yes, that's pretty straight, and that's jagged back. Yes, they get the breakthrough. Nisanka doesn't hesitate. He thinks he's nicked it.
Please confirm, given out or not out?
It's been referred.
Given out, sorry, given out.
Thank you. TV umpire director, we have a player review for LBW. Original decision is given out. Start with the front foot, please. Fair delivery. Front on spination, please. Ball passes close to the bat. Can I have the ultra edge, please?
I'll let you know. Start by ultra edge and roll ultra edge.
Ultra edge is coming up. Take it backward. Roll forward. Take it backward one more time, Kumar. Can you freeze when the ball is next to the bat? I'm satisfied. Clear spike when the ball is next to the bat. The bat is involved.
Chamara Soisa having to reverse his decision. Evidence of an inside edge from Patun Nisanka.
That should be a wide. I think the reason why the umpire gave the decision in the favor of the bowler, because Tosara Pereira was clambering away. The way he clambered, the umpire thought, if he's that convinced, I should give him out.
Again, just finding the fielder. There's a little fumble that will allow Nisanka to get a couple runs.
Finally off the mark is Pathum Nisanka, but he did not hesitate. This one jack back. Tesoro Pereira generally gets the ball to go away. Reviewed. The pointy wavy finger gets the decision in his favor.
First over completed, 5 without loss.
Can I look at the release that LPL?
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialog Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි. සැරට කැමති අය දවස පුරාවට සැර ඉලෙනවා. Savory nuts රසයට කවුරුත් සැරටම සෙට් වෙනවා. මංචි රස බලකායේ Savory nuts දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles. Original equipment manufacturer approved Max Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
SLT Mobitel Mobile Non-Stop Locker. ඔබ කැමතිම ඇප් නමයට ඇති වෙනකන් data.
Lanka Premier League 2022 has attracted lots of sponsors and partners. Title sponsor Mazaplay.net, presented by SkyX.net, powered by Onyx Bat, Fairplay News, Toyam Sports Limited, and then there are quite a few official league partners.
There's going to be left arm spinner. Villalage has been entrusted upon by the captain to share the new ball.
No Mahesh Tikshana, who usually takes the new ball for the Jaffna Kings.
Yeah, we spoke about this pitch, bone dry. Here's the evidence. Look at the release. Rolling his fingers. Not getting the movement, getting the spin. Pereira on that occasion. That's good running. That's what these two openers have to do consistently.
Just want to go back to the opening pair. This opening pair, they averaged 53 in 5 innings in this edition of the LPL. 1 century run partnership. When you compare that with Vishka Fernando and Ramanullah Gurbaz, the average is just 54, 1 run higher. So very similar returns at the top of the innings for both franchises. Gurbaz and Fernando also have a 100-run partnership.
Setting the tone. Once you get on top, you stay on top. The results tell you the story. And another factor in a tight tournament like this, Darren and Amir, is that you've got to start strong. Now you get a few wins up your belt, you're on your way. And when you get back-to-back games, now the Jaffna team played 3 games. They had an off day yesterday and they're playing today. Kandy 3 on the trot at the moment. In terms of resting players, moving them around, safeguarding them, is what you need to do to field your best team and play their best cricket. So the moment you start strong, you have all the cards in your hands in qualifying. But if you're struggling, then you cannot rest players and you'll skip through, let's say, to the playoffs and you won't have your full team.
Yeah, it gives you affordability to rest your key players. End of the second, 7 without loss.
Life boy, itarum lokka. Velena pale aduma mila. Rupial 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Darana's Grand Christmas Sale. දෙසැම්බර් 12 සිට 180ක් දක්වා වට්ටා. 1 රුපියලකින් අදහ ගන්න බැරි තෑගි දිනා ගන්න අවස්ථාව. දැන්ම ප්ලේ කරන්න.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කර subscribe කරන්න.
බඩගිනි මායම් පිදින්න. Richmond Black Magic.
View of the broadcasters for Lanka Premier League 2022. Wide cross-section of broadcasters from across the globe. Beaming this wonderful T20 tournament into its 3rd edition. And successfully so. Time now for Dilshan Madushanka. Starts with a Yorker and just a single. That was a full delivery. We've spoken about the lengths that are very effective on this surface. Take a look at the left of screen as well. The variations in pace. So length matched with pace variations, quite a handful. That's a wicket-taking option for fast bowlers. No, we don't expect all deliveries to be into the pitch with pace variations, but you can use that as an element of surprise.
Yeah, the reason why bowlers been successful with those deliveries, if you have a look at that thing once again, every batsman who was trying to deal with that length was on the front foot. That's why they were not able to control their strokes. But when you talk about Chandimal or you talk about Ravi Bopara and few other players, they waited on those deliveries on the back foot and they were very efficient. So a lot to learn for the batsman. That's a shot. Positive. And it was absolutely certain where the ball is going to go. Got the length.
Looking to bowl fuller, Dilshan Madushanka. Making his intent known. That's when Andre Fletcher is at his best, when he looks to use those long levers. Bowling into the pitch, yes. He's a way forward, but you mix it up, surprise the batter with it. If not, he lines you up. Now we were talking about how you're rotating the team. Now Dilshan Madushanka did not play the previous Jaffna Kings game, but he played the one before. Short and wide. Everyone's hitting that for sure.
Yeah, if you want to bowl that length, you have to bowl into the pitch, the slow one. If you offer a bit of pace, this is what's gonna happen to you as a bowler.
Andre Fletcher showing his strength as a batter against seam bowlers. That's been the hallmark of the success of this partnership. Pratham Nissanka very efficient at playing the slower bowlers, when Andre Fletcher on the other end is quite destructive against the pace.
He's picked it up. He's picked up the slow one, had plenty of time. There you go. A good shot. Now Dilshan Madushanka is a great find for Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka went to the Asia Cup with all their frontline bowlers injured. Madushanka, Pramod Madushan, Asita Fernando, they all made their debuts at the Asia Cup. He bowled brilliantly, a reason why Sri Lanka won it, but unfortunately got injured when in Australia before the World Cup started. This is only his second game back from injury.
Yeah, the conditions over there suited the fast bowler and really exploited those conditions. And it's a big over. A big over for Kandy Falcons. 26 after 3.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialog Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි. Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodle. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක download කර subscribe කරන්න.
19 runs from the last over. One tall skyscraper on that graphic. We quite like to see many of that type of entertainment.
Yeah, he's bowled well with the new ball. Velalage.
Come boys, come boys.
Not offering any freebies to the batsman. And that's why he's forcing the batsman into taking few risks.
Now Pathum Nisanka needs to dig deeper because Fletcher's breaking free. Fletcher's timing it near really nicely. Just get off strike, find an option to get off strike rather than playing fancy shots or taking risk for your runs.
Come boys.
Strikes at 181 in this edition of LPL. Again, spin. We talk about this partnership being complementary in nature. When you compare that to what he's done with Seam, a lot lower, 133 his strike rate. And when you look at Andre Fletcher, strike rate against Seam 140 and against spin 111. So they fit like a puzzle at the top of the innings against the different styles of bowlers.
And you would understand that.
Come on.
The last over, Fletcher showing intent and then the bowler falling apart. Short and wide. He comes in and tries the slower ball which is picked up. Then he goes full and gets hit over. Now, why he's slower against the spin is finding the singles are a challenge for Fletcher. But he'll play the big shot. So it's dot or bang. That's where that strike rate does fall. 4 overs bowled, 27 for no loss.
Manchi rasa balapai snack crackle bang alut vela.
Lifeboy itarum lokka. වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialog Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water-repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Ashan Bandara slated at number 3. Kamindu Mendes, number 4. These two have also contributed significantly to the run scoring for Kandy Falcons. Waka Salamkeel, the left-arm wrist spinner from Afghanistan for the first time. Bowls one short and he's punished to start his spell.
And Nisaka can breathe now. He has been looking for a boundary. Couldn't find the gap, but that was a long hop. Had plenty of time to hit the ball anywhere. Opted for covers. Pierced the gap.
That's a challenge for wrist spinners. That control of length. Hasn't played a lot of cricket in this tournament, so that's a further challenge. Usually bowlers like Waka Salamkeel, they need quite a number of overs under their belt before they can get into full rhythm.
And quietly that length getting fuller. And the moment he gets into that good length area, he will cause problems. Wrist spinners have plenty of variations, more energy behind the ball. And that's why you like them as a fielding captain. Oh, that's a good shot. That's very, very clever from Pathum Nissanka, who got outside the off stump.
Yeah, he realized the bowler is looking to pitch the ball up. And that was a daring stroke, exposing his stumps. And did manage to get the ball into the gap. That's a brave hit from Nissanka. In the air, a soft dismissal.
And there you go, the moment you get it on a good length, batters will be asked questions. He tries to work it into that short mid-wicket area and just scoops it up. That's a lollipop. Just after lunch, a lollipop for Salam KL. Pathum Nissanka, couple of boundaries and then lobs one back to the bowler. So the Jaffna Kings have struck. It's 35 for 1 as Pathum Nissanka goes for 15.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
More love, more fun. Ritzbury Chocomo.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කර subscribe කරන්න.
සැරට කැමති අය දවස පුරාවට සැර ඉලෙනවා. Savory nuts රසයට කවුරුත් සැරටම සෙට් වෙනවා. මංචි රස බලකායේ savory nuts දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
Kamindu Mendes, 19th LPL career match, best of 58. Aggregate of 269 runs. Kandy got themselves to a pretty decent start once again. End of the 5th over, it's 36 for 1.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
Whether it's a possibility of something new or that playful moment between the two of you. You see, joy is something you share with those you love and trust. And that is why we make banking enjoyable. HNB, a joy to bank with.
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
Andre Fletcher continues with his fine form with the bat. Couple of lusty blows early on in the power play, 19 and 9. This is why he's there.
Pathum Nissanka was tied down a little bit and then looked to take him on, and look at what he's trying to do. He was just looking to try and work it into the gap at mid-wicket. Eventually a very simple catch would be disappointed. A soft and soft dismissal. Now Kandy Mendes is a good player against spin, and it's a boundary. Straight away working the leg break through mid-wicket. Lovely use of the feet as well.
Valiant effort by Avishka Fernando, just not good enough. Good stroke as well by Kandy Mendes, using his feet down the ground. Just a second delivery. All about placement and timing, and got it spot on. Bad bounce, Soeb Malik couldn't get it there.
Just kidding.
Nicely played. Just working that onside. Nobody at mid-wicket. Let's have a look at that last boundary again. Maneuvers himself into a position where he can open up and access that leg side field. And I haven't seen enough of this. In particular in the middle overs, where a lot of the teams have struggled with the spinners coming on, pace off the ball. Too one-dimensional.
Kamil Mendes worked that angle quite well, but I do agree that players batting side seem to kind of get into a little issue. Not willing to be aggressive, not willing to go down the pitch, take the spinners on, but instead seem to be looking to be defensive or take them on. Yaskant has been very impressive. The way, what I like about him is his change-ups, the pace. He tends to change it quite well. He's generally in the mid-80s. That's his stock ball.
Unfortunate, because he's got himself to the pitch. Just couldn't quite find the gap, but I like the approach. End of the power play, 6 gone, 42 for 1.
App තුනටම ඇති වෙනකම් data. SLT Mobitel Triple Buddy.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Party mode එක on කරගෙන අපි දවස ගෙවනවා. ලුණු රටාවට onion kick එක full happening වෙනවා. Manchi රස බලකායේ onion biscuits දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
ඒත කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක live බලන්න. View app එක download කර subscribe කරන්න.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Nicely bowled up. Get the non-striker stump straight away. Just want to bring the point where the power plays, Kandy Falcons, the previous 5 games, they scored 227 runs, average being 45. That's the highest number of runs in the power play. That's why they are more successful team this time. Is in his arc, and Andre Fletcher, we have seen this right throughout LPL. When it's full, he's in his arc. He's not afraid to go the aerial resistance.
That's the use of the long levers that I'm liking. And that just allows him to get more onto the ball. Look at this, outside the line. Picks it up, good shot.
See, that's an area I think he seems to struggle a little bit. When it's really up there, he's good with the loft and the slog. This is the 6. Look where he tends to fetch it from outside the off stump. Lovely stride when he's looking to go for that slog sweep. Again, just outside the leg stump or on the pad, so it becomes an easy option. But further up on a length, that's where he tends to struggle a bit with his defense.
And that's why I think Roshan setting the tone in the power play. Falcons and Jaffna done well. Jaffna has just scored 258, and second best is Kandy Falcons. It's all about setting the tone with the new ball, with the ball, while bowling or with the bat. That's where I think these two teams, rightly so, in the top of the ladder.
He's looking to get that ball backward or square. All he had to do was get bat on it, because there's a slip in place. It means that there's no short third man, just a backward point, and you can see he's just trying to get that as fine as possible.
Wrong one. Final delivery nicely picked up by Kamil Mendes off the pitch. Looking for a single towards square leg. 7 gone, Kandy, 50 for 1.
අපේ අම්මා දැන් shopping ගියාම ගෙවන්නෙම හෙලකුරු app එකේ. ස්කෑන් කළා ගෙව්වා.
සරලත්වෙන් රටම සවි බල ගන්නවන අපේම හෙලකුරු.
ටක් TikTok non-stop TikTok ගන්න TikTok data plan දින 7ක් සඳහා රුපියල් 115ක් සහ දින 30ක් සඳහා රුපියල් 385ක් පමණයි. අදම ඇක්ටිවේට් කරගන්න. SLT Mobitel එකම එක සබඳියාව.
More love, more fun. Ritzbury Chocomo.
15 came up in the last over. 7 gone. Fletcher looking good. He's starting to expand his game. Starting to look to play a few more attacking strokes outside the power play. James Fuller into the attack.
He's really a tall guy, gets a lot of bounce. James Fuller has been impressive. That time going full. But look at the height. He delivers from quite a height, James Fuller.
Just talking about the bounce, this pitch was easy yesterday as well. Lots of traffic, 80 overs yesterday. Interesting to see how much pace will be on offer for the faster bowlers. For me, I think it's all about hitting that back of the length. Variation in pace. Fuller this time. Tisarapper at mid-off. Was backtracking for a moment. He thought he's going to be there in the end. Coming to Mendes. Pretty lucky there, but important boundary.
The option's right. He probably didn't hit the ball as well as he wanted to. But just take a look at how quickly the ball accelerated once it just bounced in the outfield. You can see he's hit that with half the face of the bat. That's why it hasn't gone so quickly, but as soon as it hits the outfield, look at how it just runs away down towards the boundary. In the air. Oh, unbelievable! Unbelievable!
What a catch! We've seen some magnificent catches by wicket keepers. Niroshan Dikwala yesterday and Sadira Samaravikrama today. I can swear it was out of his reach, and he did so well to stick out that right hand. What a catch it was.
Catchers win matches, they say. This kind of effort got to be applauded. Running back, Sadira Samaravikrama. Oh, more you see it, more you're going to fall in love with. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Appreciated by his teammates. Coming to Mendes. Out for a brilliant catch by Samaravikrama for 11. Kandy 54 for 2.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
It could be a feeling that brings you together, or even that passion to change the world. You see, joy is something you share with those you love and trust. And that is why we make banking enjoyable. HNB, a joy to bank with.
Life boy, itarum lokka. Velena pale aduma mila. Rupial 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Ashin Bandara, young, talented, one for the future, for sure. Contributes all around, bat ball in the field. Oh, and he's looked to cut that away. The width is there, unfortunately didn't get bat on ball.
Bit of extra pace, bit of an effort, but take a look at this catch. He was crammed for some room, just couldn't get everything, but Sadira Samaravikrama definitely did. Got his glove, wasn't an easy catch, going sideways, back and sideways. What an outstanding catch.
The outside edge this time. It's gone very quickly down to third man. We get a couple.
Amazing how when players are in form, I'm talking about Sadira Samaravikrama being scoring runs heavily, and things fall in place, and these kind of things happen in a positive way. Most of the time we've seen when a batsman is failing in the field, the ball's following you, some misfields. But in this case, Sadira Samaravikrama has been helping Jaffna Kings to reach great heights with scoring runs top of the innings, and also the way he catches everything what he's come to his place is just amazing. Short delivery to finish that over. Fuller finishes over. 56 for 2 Kandy.
Dara's Grand Christmas Sale දෙසැම්බර් 12 සිට ඩෙබිට් හා ක්‍රෙඩිට් කාඩ් පත් සඳහා අමතර 12%ක වට්ටම. පොලී නැතුව පහසු ගෙවීමේ ක්‍රම. නත්තල් අසිරිය ඔබේ දොරකඩ.
Calypso එක්සක ඕන වෙලාවක නැගලම යනවා. Calypso එක්කලා යූත් එකම කුල්මත් වෙනවා. හඳුන්වාදන මංචි රස බලකායෙන් නවතම රසය. Calypso biscuits.
ඒත කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කර subscribe කරන්න.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Maggi Papare spicy chicken flavor noodle. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
6 for 2, couple of overs to go to the halfway stage. Kandy Falcons being led by Andre Fletcher once again, 27 and 14. Lost a couple of wickets. Scoring rate at the moment still decent though, 7 to the over. Vyas Kant back into the attack for a second over. 6 runs off his first.
Neatly played by Andre Fletcher. Timed it so well and placed it as well. For a moment I thought it's going to be 1 or maybe 2. Outfield you spoke about before is brilliant. Nicely timed. Skidding through off the pitch by Vyas Kant. Take a look at this for a stroke.
Yeah, the outfield, amazing. So quick. Didn't look like a boundary to me, honestly. Just travels so quickly.
Yeah, this is sensible. Really good to see from Andre Fletcher. Just talking about that outfield, we've had 5 days on the trot of cricket here, so there's no opportunity for the ground staff to give it a good soaking. That could happen if there was a day in between matches. So that lightning fast outfield, not too much of a surprise. Value for your shots for the batsman.
Falcons had the option of sending Zadran at number 4. Right hand, left hand combination with Vyas Kant, Villalage bowling in tandem. They could have used that option, but I think why they haven't used that option is because Ashen Bandar at number 4 have been scoring runs. Young man, you need to give him time and he's in good form. No dilemma there whether to use him or not, but they have taken the latter decision.
Well, that's one reason I also feel that the type of game Ashwin Bandara plays will be a good foil for Andre Fletcher. He's someone who knocks the ball into gaps at the start for him to settle in, and that's exactly what he's doing at the moment. He's taken 6 balls for 3. But look at Fletcher go, he's going at 200.
Bit of width played away. Fuller will do the fielding. Andre Fletcher wanted to come back, sent back. No need for any more mix-ups with Andre Fletcher in the middle. It's the end of the 9th over. It's 63 for 2.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Cheese රසට යාළුව සෙට් එක ස්මයිලි බෙදනවා. Cheese buttons රස දැනුනම කොයි කවුරුත් මට වෙනවා. මංචි රස බලකායේ cheese buttons දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
පෝෂණ ඕනතා සහිත දරුවන්ගේ පෝෂණය නගා සිටුවීම වෙනුවෙන් මනසත් දෙරණ සහ ළමාරෝග විශේෂඥ වෛද්‍යවරුන්ගේ විද්‍යායතනය සෙනෙහසින් දෙයත් කරන Feed a Child.
පුංචි බණ්ඩියක බඩගිනි නිවමු. ඔබේ පරිත්‍යාග මහජන බැංකුව සුදුවැල්ල ශාඛාවේ මනුසත් දෙරණ ගිණුමට බැරකිරීමට කාරුණික වන්න. ගිණුම් අංකය 143 1001 මේ අමාරු කාලය පහු කරගන්න අපි අපට ඉමු.
ජීවිතය විනිවිද දකිමින් සොයා යමු දැනුම. ඇසුරු කරමු සාහිත්‍ය පොතපත. බිහි කරමු පරිපූර්ණ මිනිසෙක්. කතා කරන පොත්.
ඔබ කොතැන සිටියත් ඕනෑම වේලාවක කිසිදු බාධාවකින් තොරව TV එකෙන් වාගේම දෙරණ බලන්න. ඔබේ ජංගම දුරකථනයෙන් පිවිසෙන්න. TV දෙරණ live YouTube නාලිකාවට.
For 2, Kandy Falcons. Being led once again by Andre Fletcher. Now they've lost Nisanka early today, who's been the man who's set the platform with him in the majority of the innings. So the onus will be on him. Bat through this middle innings, make sure he's there towards the end.
Russell Arnold made the point about Fletcher and spin and his reluctancy or his inability to get singles or his reluctancy to get singles, and that's confirmed by the fact that he's got 33 of 18 with 4 4s and 2 6s, which means we're talking about 28 runs in boundaries of just 6 deliveries, and the next 12 balls have just yielded 5. Well, it's a very special place for the Buddhists in Sri Lanka, being a single Buddhist nation. And the Temple of the Tooth Relic is a place they visit and they pay their respect. And not just the Sri Lankans, but lots of people from around the world visit the Temple of the Tooth Relic. It has a religious value, it also has historic value.
It's a temple there, right throughout the year, 365 days, is always crowded. Beautiful shots from the drone. Been there myself a few times. Like history, like culture, it's where to be. Sri Lanka, land like no other.
Fuller. Oh, would there have been an opportunity?
Great start by James Fuller. Length has been good, pace has been decent as well. Yesterday batting first in this same pitch was 190. You being the used pitch, maybe it might come down. It all depends on this man on screen, Andre Fletcher. If he can carry on the start he has, he can do some serious damage.
Oh, that's unlucky. It's a bottom edge. Probably just a touch too full to play the pull shot. Oh, a little smile on the face. He knows that wasn't too far off from getting it away. ICC Cricket World Cup 2019. And that was the logo, of course, on Fabian Allen's neck.
Last ball of the 10th over. Just a steer down to third man. Good over, 4 off it, 67 for 2.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodle. Spicy venasata set venna.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කර subscribe කරන්න.
67 for 2 after 10. Good toss to win on a dry wicket. You'd expect it to slow down further. Dunit Vellalage. Oh, nice and slow. He's so good. When there's a little bit of grip on the pitch, the pace and trajectory he bowls, so effective.
Yeah, the way he's bowling very slow as a batsman. You need to play the ball with the softer hands, but it's a T20 format. The grip on the bat has to be tight, and that's why the batsmen are missing out. And Villalage has bowled miserly. Into his third over, has only conceded 3 runs.
Bowling.
He's played that a lot better. I thought the first ball probably premeditated. It was the air that it had. There was an opportunity to go over the offside. At least play it through the offside. Brathwaite, next man in. Striker at 97. Najibullah, striker at 117. Hasaranga, 161.
Down the ground he goes. Gurbaz. He's taken it. Great awareness. Vellalage.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි. පාරි මෝඩ් එක ඔන් කරගෙන අපි දවස ගෙවනවා. ලුණු රටාවට අනියන් කික් එක ෆුල් හැපනින් වෙනවා. මංචි රස බලකායේ අනියන් බිස්කට්ස් දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
Carlos Brathwaite. Oh, that's straight. It's a first bowler. Vellalage, 2 in 2. And they're sliding a bit, the Kandy Falcons.
What brilliant piece of fielding can do in a cricket match. Set batsman was removed, fresh batsman exposed, and he's been picked up of the first delivery. Why didn't he refer that one? Why didn't he?
Now Brathwaite, just the one ball. It's 68 for 4 now, Kandy.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Hi. Oh no. Huh? Huh? Hi.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කර subscribe කරන්න.
That's the first one. Andre Fletcher. Najibullah Zadran keeps out the hat-trick delivery. Carlos Brathwaite came quickly. Moment this catch was taken by Gurbaz. And he didn't waste time.
But was good bowling from the left armour. First delivery bowled. To Brathwaite was an arm delivery. After 11, it's 68 for 4.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles. Original equipment manufacturer approved Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
SLT Mobitel Mobile Non-Stop Loka. ඔබ කැමතිම app 9ට ඇති වෙනකන් data.
බඩගිනි මායම් බිඳින්න Ritzman Black Magic.
අම්මයි තාත්තයි විතරක් නෙවෙයි. දැන් අපේ සීයත් ගෙවන්න හෙළකුරුවලින් ස්කෑන් කළා ගෙව්වා.
සරලත්වෙන් රටම සවිබල ගන්නන අපේම හෙළකුරු.
35-run opening partnership, but regular blows being dealt by the Jaffna Kings. Salam Kale. Change of ends. 2 good overs to start off with. He's the one who got the breakthrough. But look at where Lalagay's figures. 3 overs, 2 for 4. And 2 of those overs bowled in the power play.
Have a look at this for a catch. That is fantastic.
Middle. That's leg.
Especially for somebody who's normally got the gloves on behind the stumps, to be able to effect a catch like that on the boundary shows a lot of skill.
Versatile cricketer, Gurbaz.
Bowling, that's good bowling.
It's a messy position, isn't it? For Kandy all of a sudden. 69 for 4 there.
Ball him. Failing to read that wrong on. And it's wicket number 2 for the wrist spinner.
And it gets worse for the Kandy Falcons. He fails to read the wrong one of his countryman Najibullah Zadran. It's middle and off. That innings is losing its ways. Najibullah Zadran. He goes without troubling the scorers for naught. Bigger trouble, 69 for 5.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
Lifebuoy ඉතරම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කර subscribe කරන්න.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water-repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Lifebuoy ඉතරම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
It's the captain, one in the Hasaranga. Upish. Looked like it was not picked up by the fielder at short extra cover. Looked like it went very close to him. Avishka Fernando at short extra cover. Don't think he had any chance of catching it. Hasaranga likes to give himself room and go offside all the time. There's the one. He lobs it. I don't think he could have caught it, but it just looked like he didn't pick it up.
I think it was too in. Fielders are supposed to cut the angle, but the angle was widened because he came in too much. End of the 12th, it's 72 for 5.
Dara's Grand Christmas Sale දෙසැම්බර් 12 සිට 80ක් දක්වා වට්ටම්. එක රුපියලකින් අදහගන්න බැරි තෑගි දිනාගන්න අවස්ථාව. දැන්ම ප්ලේ කරන්න.
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodle. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
Have to work harder, 8 overs remaining. If we thought 160-170 was the score required, I would think now the Kandy Falcons will be thinking if we can get to 140, we have the bowlers to do the job. They should be confident because we're seeing the ball turn. We haven't seen that before. Yes, the pitch has been slow, but today there's a bit of turn. It's last over. Dunit Wellalage. Salam Kale following up on the double strike by Wellalage. Just didn't pick it and he turned.
When you can't pick a spinner, then as a batsman you have to play on the front foot. It wasn't the case. He was looking to give himself room and he faltered big time. Zadran.
Wanindu Hasaranga. He likes to go offside. He's always moving towards square leg and then looks to hit the ball. It also is his downfall, but lots of his runs are also scored in that area.
When you give yourself room off the back foot, you need a bit of pace as a batsman to be able to hit the ball over extra cover. The best option for him is to use his feet in order to execute that stroke. Like the intention shown by Bandara.
Last over of his spell, 2 for 6, Dunit Wellalage. Simply brilliant. This is his wagon wheel since 2020, so we've got quite a sample size here. And 65% of his runs offside because he likes to give himself room and go that way the same way, loses his wickets too. Wonderful spell from Wellalage, 4 overs, 2 for 7 for the young man, 78 for 5.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
මූඩ් එක පොසිටිව් දවසම ෆන් බරයි ලිමිට් නැති ෆ්‍රෙන්ඩ්ස් නැති ලෝකෙම සුන්දරයි ලයිෆ් එකත් ලෙමන් වගේ ස්වීට් සවර් මික්ස් එක්සයිට්මන්ට් එකක් ගොයින්ද ගතේ නැතොත් රිස්ක් අපි හෙන්නම ලකි ඕන දෙකට වෙන ෆික්ස් හෙලදිව් අයිස්තේ ඕන වෙලාවක සෙට් වෙන ඩ්‍රින්ක් එක
ඔක්තෝබර් 30ක දක්වා රුපියල් බිලියනයක් වටිනා ලොයල්ටි ඩේටා GB මිලියන 20ක් නොමිලේ SLT Mobitel එකම එක සබැඳියාව
බඩගිනි මායම් පිදින්න Ritzbury Black Magic.
Now the fifth bowler, Tisara Pereira and Madhu Shankar together have bowled 2. Madhu Shankar, he's been brought back right now. He went for 19. If you remember, Andre Fletcher played some wonderful shots in that over.
Yeah, he was put under the pump in the first over by Fletcher. He used his feet to be able to hit the ball straight down the ground for a big six. And the intention from the batsman was to force Madhushanka from his dangerous liner length. And he showed lack of experience. Bowled wide, bowled short, and he got penalized.
Up and over. Salamkale waits, takes. That's Hasaranga once again giving himself room to go offside. Loses his wicket.
Salamkale involved in another wicket. Tisera Pereira smiles on the face because he knows how dangerous he can be. Hasaranga, it's short. He doesn't have the room to get the ball as wide as he would have liked. Has basically just ramped off the face of the bat. He's picked the one fielder down at third man. Disappointment for him. Disappointment for the Kandy Falcons. Wickets continue to tumble. Captain goes for just 7, 79 for 6.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කර subscribe කරන්න.
Body life එක break up කරගෙන salsa නතන බා. ඕනේ වෙලාවක salsa රසට කට්ටියරොත් වෙන බා. මාංචි රස බලකායේ salsa biscuits දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
අපේ තාත්තා දැන් ලියන්නෙත් හෙලකුරු වලින්, ගෙවන්නෙත් හෙලකුරු වලින්. ස්කෑන් කළා ගෙව්වා.
සරලත්වයෙන් රටම සවි බල ගන්නවන අපේම හෙලකුරු.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water-repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Wicket, with some quality players still in the heart. Fabian Allen is the new batsman. Chamika Karunaratne Isuru Udana to come. They do it bat very, very deep.
Yeah, last man to go, the captain, Hasaranga, got a little bit big on him. But it was the fact that he didn't have much width to play with that forced him to just be able to get that ball down to the man at third man.
There is one bowler who's not looking to bowl end the pitch. He's bowling seam up. Yes, first over he gave away plenty, but this time around, this has been a decent over where he removed the danger man, Hasaranga.
54 for 1. That's when the second wicket fell, and things have happened pretty quickly. 18 runs, 4 wickets in the last 30 balls. Shoaib Malik, work to do. Does it well. Does it really well. Saves the 1 run even at 40 years old. Good effort.
Does it extremely well. Long strides, got himself to the ball. Big right hand, making sure it doesn't get into the boundary. Nicely played by Fabian Allen. Check drive. Yeah, good effort.
That should be 4. No one's chasing that because he's hit it very nicely and perfectly into the gap. Ashin Bandara ends the 14th at 86 for 6.
ලයිෆ්බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
More love, more fun. Ritzbury Chocomo.
Dara's Grand Christmas Sale. දෙසැම්බර් 12 සිට ඩෙබිට් හා ක්‍රෙඩිට් කාඩ් පත් සඳහා අමතර 112ක වට්ටම. පොලි නැතුව පහසු ගෙවීමේ ක්‍රම. නත්තල් අසිරිය ඔබේ දොරකඩ.
Ashen Bandara has been quite consistent for the Falcons over the last 3-4 games. He's got Fabian Allen for company, but cracking shot.
Yeah, stayed on the leg stump. Looked very efficient off the back foot. Bandara on that occasion placed it beautifully. Just use the pace.
He used the pace and he's strong in general in that area. You saw the first ball that he got. He gave it the kitchen sink.
Vyaskanth find the first LPL for the Jaffna team, and now he's the leading spinner in this game as Tikshana is not playing. That's how much trust he's gained from the captain Thisara Pereira. Tremendous story, really.
Yeah, he's a decent talent. Vyaskanth. But I have my reservation when it comes to saying find at the tournament. Still have long way to go, this youngster. Yes, he's got the ingredients, but not there as yet.
A lot to learn, that's for sure. But for the Jaffna team to trust him to be their leading spinner, that is indeed a statement. Ashen Bandara retired for 44, 41 of 30 in the next game, 42 of 22 yesterday, and he's still there, maneuvering that ball here and there and everywhere. Another boundary.
Yeah, this shows skill. He hasn't played the lap. He's got right behind the line of the ball and he scooped it over his head. Didn't get the momentum that he would have wanted because he got a bit of height on it, but it worked out well in the end.
Yeah, initially when he set up, he was looking to dab the ball fine, but the length wasn't there. Adapted, improvised, and scooped the ball behind the stumps and picked up a boundary. That's good batting.
Good running, good running. Comes back for 2. That's the end of the 15th over. It's 95 for 6. Players will have a drink as the timeout is called.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි. Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
Whether it's the last slice of pizza you've been eyeing, or the cheer and warmth of a job well done, you see, joy is something you share with those you love and trust. And that is why we make banking enjoyable. HNB, a joy to bank with.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කර subscribe කරන්න.
Sri Lanka is at a crossroad. So much to say, so much to know. More Sri Lankans turn here than any other newscast. Undoubtedly, that's why this is Sri Lanka's #1 most watched newscast across all platforms.
The Derana 24, Sri Lanka's #1 news source.
පෝෂණ ඕනතා සහිත දරුවන්ගේ පෝෂණය නගා සිටුවීම වෙනුවෙන් මනසත් දෙරණ සහ ළමාරෝග විශේෂඥ වෛද්‍යවරුන්ගේ විද්‍යායතනය සෙනෙහසින් දියත් කරන Feed a Child.
පුංචි බණ්ඩියක බඩගිනි නිවමු. ඔබේ පරිත්‍යාග මහජන බැංකුව සුදුවැල්ල ශාඛාවේ මනුසත් දෙරණ ගිණුමට බැරකිරීමට කාරුණික වන්න. ගිණුම් අංකය 143 1001 799.05. මේ අමාරු කාලය පහු කරගන්න අපි අපට ඉමු.
2022 ස්ලිම් ජනතා සම්මාන උළෙලේදී ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ජනප්‍රියම ප්‍රවෘත්ති සන්නාමය ලෙස අඛණ්ඩ වාර්තාගත 5 වනවරටත් ජනතා සම්මානයෙන් පිදුම් ලැබූ විශ්වසනීය අද දෙරණෙන් අදහස් උදහස් සංවාද විසංවාද මතවාද සියල්ල සමඟ අද දෙරණ YouTube නාලිකාව YouTube අද දෙරණ දැන්ම සබස්ක්‍රයිබ් කරන්න.
We're into the last 5 overs. The 13 legitimate deliveries for the Kandy Falcons who've been in trouble. This was the first one. Pathum Nisanka. And take a look at this catch. Sadira Samaravikrama, the catcher, Kamidu Mendis. And then an equally good one. This is Gurbas catching Fletcher.
Carlos Brett at the first ball went across the line, plumb in front. Najibullah Zadran being picked up by his own countryman. This was Vanidu Hasranga going for an uppercut. Caught at third man of Dilshan Madhusanka.
Well, 95 for 6. Salma Kale. Oh! That went the distance. The 100 is up. Don't bowl half-trackers to Fabian Allen. They're going to go the distance.
He's built a reputation as a finisher in the T20 game, maybe not so consistently, but he is a powerful striker of the ball. Hits the leg, and when he's at his very best, he can hit straight and through the offside as well.
He's a clever operator, isn't he? Salma Kale mixes his pace. Good wrist spinner. And talking about Kandy, the famous river, the Mahaveli, that flows through the city of Kandy. Oh, bowled! What a great mix. The stock delivery and now the wrong one.
The difference is the length. The first delivery it was short, asking to be hit. And Fabian Allen, that West Indian muscle, hammering it 100 meters. Straight down the ground this time, slightly short again by Salam Kale. And a boundary again. Dhananjali Silva, Ramla Gurbas, 2 quick fielders. Long off, long on. Not good enough.
The great thing about this shot is from early on, he got himself into a position where he can hit the ball in the gap, straight back past the bowler or wide of that fielder at long on. Opens the front foot and he has enough room to pump it back past the bowler.
Good follow-up, really good follow-up. It's about the pacey bowls, isn't it? I mean, he's mixed it up, but generally in the high 80s, pushes it through quickly. The one that was the wrong one was slower on a very good length. Last ball of the over. Already 10 off it. Oh, another one. Again gone the distance. Gone really far. 16 runs in the over. It's 111 for 6.
App තුනටම ඇති වෙනකම් data. SLT Mobitel Triple Buddy.
Calypso Mexico on the lava නැගලම යනවා. Calypso එක්කලා youth එකම කුල්මත් වෙනවා. හඳුන්වාදින මාංචි රස බලකායෙන් නවතම රසය. Calypso Biscuits.
Lanka Premier League 2022. Colombo Stars versus Gambula Aura. Tonight at 7:30 p.m.
Triple 1 for 6. Shin Bandar and Fabian Allen going big guns so far. It's been 6.95. 10 runs per over. Win get at 150. Last ball of the previous over. Fabian Allen, another towering 6. The first 6 was short. This one, it was full. Take a look at that head position. That's the key, and the fuller length. In that length we have seen in Pallakale. Goes the distance. The West Indian muscle man.
I like your Jamaican accent, Maruf.
Worked away on the onside. Should get a couple. See, the entire reason of constructing that sentence was to show off that accent. He had to finish it that way.
He's a well-traveled man. Been in the Caribbean.
Of course.
Very familiar with the different accents across the region in the West Indies.
A man with a lot of information, if you want. We've spoken about it.
Always in the know of his Maruf.
Seems like I'm going to melt. The amount of love being shown at Darren and Roshan. Thanks for that.
We haven't still started. We've got a few things to ask you. It'd be too much on love.
Less history, I'm good. That's good comeback by James Fuller, pitching it full. And this is challenge now. Fabian Allen, after scoring that 2 massive sixers, he'll be eyeing the big ones. Boundary options, deep mid-wicket, long off. What is it going to be?
We have spoken about some wonderful shots, just like that. Sixers, boundaries. Fabian Allen just cashing in on that. Short and wide.
It's becoming a bit of a concern because Fabian Allen, he's teed off, he's raced to 25 from 13. Jaffna Kings will be mindful that there's still a few overs remaining in this innings.
Well, we'll tell you about another aspect of this Lanka Premier League that has been very impressive. That's going down the leg side, and that has been the catching. The wicket keeper's catching has been brilliant, and we've seen some really outstanding catches.
Fantastic so far. Some of the catches been held. We saw two of them today with Gurbaz and Sadhir Samaravikrama, yesterday with Niroshan Dikwal and many. This is what LP is all about. Brilliance in the field, good in the bat. Right options been taken as a bowler. The pitches have been really challenging for the bowlers right up to this game.
What do you call that? It's going to go all the way. It's taken. We've been speaking about some outstanding catches. I don't think Ashen Bandara was intending it to go there, but eventually it turned out to be yet another very good catch.
Just got himself in a little bit of a tangle. He's been in very good form for the Kandy Falcons. The line was too wide outside the off stump. He was searching for that shot to be played down the leg side. Pace on delivery does the trick for Fuller. Picks up his second wicket, and it's another good catch by the Jaffna Kings. Mandara goes for 24. It's 119 for 7.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialog Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
Lanka Premier League 2022 Colombo Stars versus Dambulla Aura tonight at 7:30 p.m.
Chamika Karunaratne, who's played some really good knocks. That strike rate is closing in on 150. It's 119 for 7. Oh, that stayed down a bit. Was playing for a little bit of more bounce, looking to force it. 119 for 7.
Lanka Premier League 2022. Colombo Stars versus Dambulla Aura. Tonight at 7:30 p.m.
Fabian Allen 25, Charmika Kanuratha just in, Ashwin Bandara run a ball 24. It's 119 for 17 overs. Well, for a moment I didn't think Ashwin Bandara was aiming to play it to third man. I really thought that he was looking to play it away on the onside and went off a top edge, but he was intentional to try, and the last minute adjustment suggested that he was looking in that direction. This is Vyaskanth. Oh, this is not in control. It's gone up, but it might be safe. Falling in no man's land, allows him to come back for two.
And lucky there, Fabian Allen. There was no mid-wicket. It landed right between the bowler, the deep mid-wicket fielder, and the long-on fielder. But this was a decent catch. We spoke about the best catches in this tournament. You can probably add that as well, but we've seen better. Today itself, we got coupled with Gurbaz and Samara Vikrama.
5 catches in the innings so far. Picked up on a little trend with Kandy Falcons. They've lost just one game in this tournament so far. That was against Gold Gladiators, and in that match between overs number 7 to 15, they lost 5 wickets. 5 wickets for 47, very similar to what we saw today. Only 53 runs and 5 wickets lost in that phase of the innings, so might just be an area of concern for them.
Karunaratne off the mark. Yeah, it's a very good point you make. But these will be areas they will concentrate on as they go into that playoffs and then possibly beyond if they could. Little things that you might be winning, but there's still so much to do to try and improve and get to your best game.
We had the same discussion yesterday. We've got successful teams around the world in that period. Get the wickets in hand, they go hard. In this LPL, that's what we are lacking. Though these two teams, Kings and the Falcons, have done really well, but there's something if they can work out. Probably that area, that's another 6 probably. Yes, it is. Again, it's 2 full. It's been 3 sixers, all being hammered towards the same side of the ground. Spoke about the muscle. Darren Ganga.
Yeah, he's a clean striker of the cricket ball. A very talented cricketer, Fabian Allen. So still at the crease, he has a very strong base. No moving about for him, but he commits himself when he goes for his shots.
I think Vyaskanth made the mistake of looping it and a little bit too full. And you talk of the bat speed, my goodness, this man has hit it a mile again. Another one, 16 runs and counting in the over, 135 for 7.
Previous 6 it was 4, as Oshan mentioned, it was loop and it was in the arm, but this one is not a bad delivery. Skidded on, quicker. Look at the base, the backswing. This is clear muscle. Muscular, Fabian Allen.
Oftentimes the bowlers, they tend to slow their pace down and put a little more emphasis on revs, especially the spinners, to extract a bit of turn. And that is a ploy used to get the better of Fabian Allen, just to get the timing of his swing off from the shot. Something that Vyaskanth might want to use for the final delivery of his spell.
I think, well, let's first take a look at the broadcasters. It's been taken around the world. We've spoken about the continents covered, the eyeballs. that's falling on the Lanka Premier League. I think the mistake Viaskan did was he was looking for revs, but he just went a little bit too full. Just didn't drop on Fabian Allen. The sponsors, quite a few. Good to have some Sri Lankan names as well. When I say the second one, I meant the second delivery of the over, not the second sixth. The first six is what I'm talking about. Looped, obviously searching for that, but just a little bit too full.
Some spinners also bowled from a little bit further than at 22 yards. 16 runs from the over, 135 for 7.
Lanka Premier League 2022. Colombo Stars versus Dambulla Aura. Tonight at 7:30 p.m.
Kandy Falcons have built some really big structures towards the end. Those 2 overs turning out to be useful. They're into the last 12 at the current rate, 150. They'll want more than that. They definitely has the capacity to go beyond that, maybe 160. With Allen and Charmika Karunaratne together.
Brilliant. Straight down the ground, good head position, base, power. You name it, he has it. Nicely bowled by Fuller. It was 4. Shoaib Malik at long on. That's good feeling. Just a matter of Charmika Karunaratne managed to get a chat in with him today. He told me after the accident which happened exactly a week ago, he has not had any solid food. It's all been blended or soups. So being a professional cricketer, turning up for every game in this heat, it's some sort of a sacrifice, and just goes to show the willingness what that young man shows to be in the cricketing field.
I think that's the price a professional sportsman sometimes is called upon to pay, isn't it? I mean, so many sacrifices they do make. Well, I mean, that's one. What about their personal lives? What about their careers? I mean, there's a lot. But yes, this is commendable.
It speaks to his attitude as a player. That insatiable thirst to perform. Really special to see.
See, I feel the fact that Charmika Karunaratne was left out of the Afghanistan series has made him really hungry and thirsty for success. And that's what has really got the best out of him. Yes, he did face that unfortunate incident, but the way he's battled and won it and performed after that is commendable. He's conveying a message. He's serious about his place in the side, which is very good.
Point to prove. I think all the talking should be in the middle, with the bat, with the ball. That's what he's doing, showing the commitment what he has, trying to get this Falcons team to win that, the first LPL. This one, Fuller misses the length by probably 6 inches, and Charmika Karunaratne is not second to Fabian Allen when it comes to muscles. That's a massive 6.
Smack bang. Thank you very much. You can't bowl in that area to Charmika Karunaratne. He will dispatch you. Flying high on confidence, he's set himself and he's nailed it to perfection.
Yeah, really solid base, some good strikes, and they've gone the distance. Those sixers have been brilliant. They've come off the middle of the bat and they've really gone the distance. The crowd, which is definitely the best we've had so far in Kandy, enjoying themselves.
Into the pitch, pace on that occasion.
This was 2 deliveries before in the slot. Wow. All of a sudden, the last 30 balls, it's been 62 runs just for 1 wicket. hurricane, but sort of a hurricane what Fabian started, and Karunaratne joining in the fun.
Pull down the leg side. And they will come back for two. He's quick between the wickets. 10 runs from the over, 145 for 7.
Lanka Premier League 2022. Colombo Stars versus Dambulla Aura. Tonight at 7:30 p.m.
27 runs of the last 13 balls, 60 of the last 5 overs. Tells you the type of acceleration the Kandy Falcons have been looking to. Fabian Allen, 43, striking at better than 200 runs per 100 balls. Shamika Karunaratne striking at 150. Dilshan Madhushankar. A young man with great potential, has already proven himself at the highest level. Starts off with a low full toss, brings Allen on strike.
A perfect Yorker, nailed by Dilshan Madhushankar.
Fabian Allen is thrived on the spinners in this innings. Hits the ball a long way. Still going to get 6 if it goes 100 meters. 4 sixes so far to Fabian Allen.
Down the ground, 1 bounce for 4. He's not sparing any delivery. Any length is fine. Pitched up or dragged back. The result appears to be the same.
Question got to be asked. Yes, it's a good shot. It's in his slot. It's right throughout this innings. He's been brilliant. First delivery, perfect York. Nailed it. Why change it? Something that the inexperienced players should know, playing at this level against top players, to back up what they did previous delivery if there was a good one.
Yeah, I think the feel is not the right one. There should be a deep third. Maybe use the angle from the left-handed Madhushankar to give him another option so he could go into the pitch and wide.
Oh, done him that time, going full and straight, and he's hit timber. But Fabian Allen, he's done his bit. 47 of 23, he's done enough damage. He's definitely played his role for the Kandy Falcons.
You miss, I hit. This time, Dilshan Madhushankar having the last laugh, but again, probably I think Fabian Allen will be cross himself, missing out on that length. But in the end, young man is happy. Gone 47 of 23, Kandy 151 for 8.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
Lanka Premier League 2022. Colombo Stars versus Dambulla Aura. Tonight at 7:30 p.m.
Left arm over, 3 deliveries remaining.
151 for 8 is Rudana. Look at that strike rate. Someone batting at number 10, 3 balls to go. Batting on the off stump. He'll get Karunaratne on strike.
And importantly, there was a change in the field to the right-hander. Deep third being used. Long off, comes into the 30-yard circle. That should have been the field to Fabian Allen. Would not have prevented him from bowling this type of delivery to get Allen out.
Right, fine leg inside the circle. They still got the man at third man and point. 3 on the leg side boundary, 2 square and long on. Oh! That was a very good bouncer. Surprised him. But not great fielding, allows him to come back for 2.
I like this attitude by Dilshan Madhuskar. The least expected delivery by Charmik Karunaratne in this juncture would have been the short one. Directed well, digged in short, good pace. A bit of pace actually. Look at the glove. This is brilliant. Using the angles right and the lens perfectly.
There was no need for Samawikrama to throw the ball to the non-striker's end. Allowed for Karunaratne to get back on strike. More competent batter out in the middle. Would have been Usuru Udana to face the ball, and I'm sure Madhushankar would have preferred bowling to Udana.
Certainly stung Charmika Karunaratne with that short one. That was quick. Now short third man into the circle. Long off goes out. Last ball. Oh! I think he made the mistake of going full and played right into the hands of Karunaratne, who loves that area. He's been very good. He's been picking up those boundaries, and yes, that misfield also. How costly, letting him back on strike to finish off with such flourish.
It was the mistake by Sadhiri Samarawickrama, but in the end, fast bowler has to miss the length by at least 6 inches. That's good enough and big enough for players like Charmika, who was quite strong. It's a massive 6, raining 6s up in Pallekele.
65 runs off the last 5 overs. Many of those runs coming off the bat of Fabian Allen, and this man on screen. He's played like a man possessed since his injury. And he epitomizes the true attitude for professional cricketers in this wonderful league. What a finish to the innings.
Holding the pose for the camera in the end. Determination in his eyes says all.
160 for 8. It was a magnificent effort by the Kandy Falcons, considering where they were. Losing wickets early, but look at the finish. Look at Karunaratne 18 and Allen 47 in quick time. But Fletcher at the top was good, but there was some very good bowling in the middle by the Jaffna Kings, the Laika Jaffna Kings, that is. So 160 for 8 means they maintain 8 runs and over, which is a very, very decent score.
Jaffna Kings, their bowlers, well, they stuck to the task, especially through the middle phase of the innings. Salam Kale was very good. He bowled 1 over in the power play, and he picked up 2 wickets. A little bit on the expensive side, but both himself, Vyazkant, they were quite good through the middle period. Malalage, superb, 2 for 7 wickets and economy, and they'll be happy with the first half of this innings, maybe not so happy with the last 5.
Right, that's the target. 161 is what the Laika Jaffna Kings will need to try and win this game against the Kandy Falcons. And it's time for a break, and very quickly we will see the reply of the Laika Jaffna Kings.
Welcome back to the match centre during the innings break. As you know, this is the 13th match for the Lanka Premier League 2022 between Jaffna Kings and Kandy Falcons. And as you know, Kandy Falcons won the toss and decided to bat first. And right now they're at the score of 164-8 and 161 becomes the target.
සාමාන්‍ය ලකුණු තත්ත්වයක් තමයි අද දවසේදී කලඳු ලබා දීලා තියෙන්නේ T20 තරගයක කැන්ඩි ෆැල්කන්ස් කණ්ඩායම. අපි දැක්ක කලඳු හොඳ ආරම්භයක් ලැබුණත් එකපාරට 10 වෙනි ඕවරේ ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙද්දී කඩලු තුනක් එක ළඟ දැවී යන ආකාරය ඒකත් එක්ක තමයි පොඩි පසුබෑමකට ලකුණේ කැන්ඩි කණ්ඩායම. හැබැයි නැවත වතාවක් ෆේබියන් ඇලන් එක්ක මම හිතන්නේ මේ ඉනිම ශක්තිමත් වෙච්ච ආකාරය තමයි අපි දැක්කේ.
ඔව් හසිත අපි කිව්වට මේක සාමාන්‍ය ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාවක් කියලා ලකුණු 79ට 6 වෙනි කඩුල්ල දැවී යන්නේ. එතකොට අපි හිතුවා මීට වඩා අඩු ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාවකට තමයි ඒ වෙලාවේ හැටියට කැන්ඩි ෆැල්කන්ස් කණ්ඩායමට යන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. නමුත් කොයිතරම් හොඳට ක්‍රීඩා කරන කණ්ඩායමක්ද කියනවා නම් අසීරු ස්ථානවලින් තරඟකාරී ජයග්‍රාහී ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාවන් වලට තරගය ඇදගෙන යන්නට පුළුවන් ක්‍රීඩකයෝ ඉන්නවා කියලා නැවත නැවතත් අහුරු වුණා. අද විශේෂම ෆේබියන් ඇලන් ක්‍රීඩා කරපු ඉනිම අශේන් බණ්ඩාර අදත් ඔහුට ලබා දීපු අනගි සහයෝගය දිහා බැලුවට පස්සේ ඒ අනුව ගත්තට පස්සේ 160ක් කියන්නේ ඉතාම හොඳ තරඟකාරී ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාවක් කියලා අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන්. 79ට කඩුළු 6ක් වැටිලා ඉන්න වෙලාවේ රැස් කරපු ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාවක් වෙන නිසා.
අනිවාර්යයෙන්.
ඔව් කලින්ද ඒත් එක්කම අපි ස්කෝර් බෝඩ් එක පැත්තට දැන් ගියොත් අපිට පේන්න තියෙනවා පැතුම් නිස්සංක ලකුණු 15ක් රැස් කර ගන්නවා 4 පාරවල් 2ක් සමග. ඇන්ඩ්‍රූ ෆ්ලෙචර් ලකුණු 35ක් රැස් කර ගන්නවා 4 පාරවල් 4ක් සහ 6 පාරවල් 2ක් සමග. කමිදු මෙන්ඩිස් ලකුණු 11ක්, අශේන් බණ්ඩාර ලකුණු 24ක්, කාලෝස් බ්‍රැත්වේට් සහ නජිබුල්ලා සද්රාන්ට ලකුණු රැස් කරගන්න හැකියාවක් ලැබෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ වගේම වනිදු හසරංග ලකුණු 7ක්, ෆේබියන් ඇලන් ලකුණු 47ක් රැස් කරනවා පන්දු 23කදී 4 පාරවල් 3ක් සහ 6 පාරවල් 4ක් සමග. චාමික් කරුණාරත්න පන්දු 9කදී ලකුණු 18ක් රැස් කරනවා 6 පාරවල් 2ක් සමග. ඉසුරු උදාන 1 ලකුණක් රැස් කර ගන්නවා.
ඔව් චාමිකගේ අවසානයත් ඉතාම වටිනා අවසානයක් ගෙනල්ලා දුන්නා කැන්ඩි ඉනිමට. මොකද ඒ වෙලාවේ ඉතාම ප්‍රවේගකාරී ලෙස ප්‍රහාරවලට යන්නට පුළුවන් පසුබිම සකස් කරලා දීලා තිබුණේ ෆේබියන් ඇලන් සහ අශේන් බණ්ඩාර ගෙනාපු ඒ සම්බන්ධතාවය. නමුත් අද අපිට ලකුණු පූර්ව ගත්තටත් පස්සේ තරමක් කනස්සල්ලට හේතු වෙන්නේ වනිදු හසරංගට පිත්තෙන් දක්ෂතා දක්වීමට හැකියාවක් නොලැබීම. ඔහු ඊටාම දක්ෂ පිතිකරුවෙක්. අපි හැමතිස්සෙම කතා කරන දෙයක් තමයි වනිදු මේ තරම් වටිනා පන්දු යවන්නෙක් වෙලා ඉන්න අවස්ථාවේ මුළුමහත් ලෝකෙම්ම ඔහුගේ පිතිකරණයත් ඒ හා සමාන මට්ටමකට ගෙනෙන්නට තියෙන දක්ෂතාවය උපයෝගී කරගන්නට ඔහුට අවස්ථාව ලැබෙනවා නම් මං හිතන්නේ මිල කරන්න බැරි ක්‍රීඩකයෙක් බවට පත් වෙනවා නොඅනුමානයි. නමුත් ඊටාම හොඳ ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාවකට යන්න ඔවුන්ට හැකියාව ලැබුණා. විශේෂයෙන්ම කාලොස් බ්‍රැත්වේට් සහ නජිබුල්ලා සද්රාන් කියන්නේත් ඔවුන්ගේ පිතිකරණ ලැයිස්තුවේ ඊටාම තීරණාත්මක භූමිකාවක් පැවරිලා තියෙන ක්‍රීඩකයෝ දෙන්නෙක්. ඔවුන් දෙදෙනාම ලකුණු නොලබා දැවී ගිය පසුබිමක තමයි මේ වගේ ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාවකට යන්නේ. ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ පන්දු යැවීමට අපිට අවධානය යොමු කරන්න පුළුවන්. තිසර පෙරේරා එක් පන්දුවාරයක් යවන්නේ ආරම්භක පන්දුවාරය සුපුරුදු පරිදි තිසර පෙරේරා ජැෆ්නා කණ්ඩායම වෙනුවෙන් දියත් කරනවා. ලකුණු 5යි ඔහු ලබා දෙන්නේ. නමුත් ඉන් පසුව තිසර පෙරේරා පන්දු යවන්නට එන්නේ නැහැ. දුනිත් වෙල්ලාලගේගේ පන්දු යැවීම දිහා බලන්න මං හිතන්නේ දුනිත් නැවතත් ඔප්පු කරනවා ඔහු කොයි තරම් දක්ෂ තුන්ගිරියව් ක්‍රීඩකයෙක්ද කියලා. ප්‍රබල මහනුවර කණ්ඩායමට එරෙහිව ඒ පිතිකරන ලැයිස්තුවට එරෙහිව පන්දුවාර 4ම ක්‍රියාත්මක කළා. ලකුණු 7යි ලබා දෙන්නේ. කඩුළු 2ක් දවා ගන්නවා. අර අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මේ වගේ පන්දු යැවීමේ වාර්තාවක් දකින්නේ රංගන හේරත් වගේ ක්‍රීඩකයෙක්ගේ. මම හිතන්නේ මෙච්චර අඩු ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාවකට මෙච්චර කඩුළු දවා ගැනීම මම හිතන්නේ පරිණත ක්‍රීඩකයෙක්ගේ ලක්ෂණ පෙන්눔 කරමින් සිටිනවා දුනිත් වෙල්ලාලගේ. ඒ ඊටාම සතුටට කරුණක් ශ්‍රී ලංකා ක්‍රිකට් ප්‍රේක්ෂකයන් විදිහට. දිල්ෂාන් මදුශංක එතරම් සාර්ථක වෙන්නේ නැහැ ලකුණු ලබා දීම පැත්තෙන්. ලකුණු 41ක් ලබා දෙනවා ඔහු පන්දුවාර 3කදී. නමුත් කඩුළු 2ක් දවා ගන්නවා. ඩෙත් ඕවර්ස් වලදී ඔහු ප්‍රහාරයකට ලක් වෙන්නේ. සලම් කීල් ගැන කතා කරද්දී පන්දුවාර 4ේදී ලකුණු 40ක් ලබා දීලා කඩුළු 2ක් දවා ගන්නවා. විජේකාන්ත් වියස්කාන්ත් අද දිනේදී තමයි මං හිතන්නේ ඔහුගේ මේ තරංගාවලිය තුර එතරම් සාර්ථක නොවුණු තරගය බවට පත් වෙන. අපි තරගයට පෙරත් වියස්කාන්ත් ගැන කතා කරා. ඔහුගේ ඕවර් එකකට ලබා දීලා තියෙන ලකුණු ලබා ගැනීමේ වේගය ලකුණු 6කට වඩා අඩුයි. පන්දු වාරයකට ලකුණු 6ක්වත් ලබා දීලා නැහැ තරගාවලියේ සාමාන්‍ය ගත්තම. නමුත් අද දිනේදී පන්දු වාරයකට ලකුණු 9.5ක වේගයක් ඔහුට එරෙහිව රඳවා තබා ගන්නට පිතිකරුවන් සමත් වෙනවා. ලකුණු 38ක් පන්දු වාර 4 තුලදී ඔහුගේ ලබා ගන්න. මේ ක්‍රිකට් ක්‍රීඩාවේ ස්වභාවය මම හිතන්නේ වනිදු හසරංගටත් මේ වගේ දවස් තියෙනවා. ලෝකයේ ඕනෑම දක්ෂ පන්දුවන්නෙක්ට මේ වගේ දවස් එන්න පුළුවන්. රෂිඩ් කානුත් මේ වගේ ප්‍රහාරයට ලක් වෙනවා. ශම්සි මේ වගේ ප්‍රහාරයට ලක් වෙනවා. කොයිතරම් දක්ෂ පන්දුවන්නෙක් වුණත් එක දවසක් දෙකක් තියෙන්නට පුළුවන්. ඒකෙන් ඔහුගේ හැකියාව කිසි ලෙසකින්වත් මම හිතන්නේ අව탁සේරු කරන්න කිසිම හැකියාවක් නැහැ. ජේම්ස් ෆුලර් ලකුණු 28කට කඩුළු දෙකක් දවා ගන්න. ඔහු අපි තරගෙට කලින් කතා කරා වගේ හසිත අදත් පන්දු යැවීමෙන් ඉතාම වැදගත් භූමිකාවක් ඉටු කරනවා ජැෆ්නා කණ්ඩායම වෙනුවෙන්.
දැන් කලුදු අර අපිට කියෝ ගන්න අමාරු වෙච්ච නම වකා සලම් කේල්. ඇත්ත වශයෙන්ම මේ ප්‍රේක්ෂකයන් සමහරට පොදුම වෙනවා ඇති ඔහු නවක ක්‍රීඩකයෙක් කවුද මේ LPL තරගාවලිය අපිට දකින්න ලැබෙන නවක ක්‍රීඩකයා කියලා. අපි හොයලා බැලුවම ඇත්තටම ඇෆ්ගනිස්තානයේ ක්‍රීඩකයෙක්. ඔහු ෆ්‍රැන්චයිස් ක්‍රිකට් ක්‍රීඩා කරපු ක්‍රීඩකයෙක් කණ්ඩායම් කීපයක. තාම වයස අවුරුදු 21. ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ ඔහු අද දවසේදී කඩලු දෙකක් දවා ගන්නවා. ඒ වගේම කලින්දු කතා කරපු දුනිත් වෙල්ලාලගේ මම හිතන්නේ ඔහුත් ක්‍රියාත්මක වුණේ අද තරගයේ මම හිතන්නේ අවශ්‍යම මොහොතේදී ඇන්ඩ්‍රු ෆ්ලෙචර්ගේ කඩුලේ වගේම කාලොස් බ්‍රැත්වේට් ෆෝම් එකේම ඉන්න ක්‍රීඩකයෙක්. ඉතින් ඔහු බින්දුවර දවා ගන්නවා පළවෙනි පන්දුවෙන්. මම හිතන්නේ මේක තමයි හැරොම් ලක්ෂ්‍ය බවට පත් වුණේ අද දවසේදී.
අපි දැක්ක දුනිත් මේ තරංගාවලිය පුරාම ජැෆ්නා කණ්ඩායමට අවශ්‍ය වෙච්ච මොහොතක ඇවිල්ලා තරගය ඔවුන්ගේ වාසියට නතු කරගන්න තමයි පන්දු යවන්නේ. ඒකෙන් පැහැදිලි වෙන්නේ ඔහු තරගය කොයිතරම් හොඳට කියවනවාද කියන කාරණය. මේ වෙලාවේ සිදුවේ යුත්තේ මොකක්ද කියලා සමහර වෙලාවට ජ්‍යෙෂ්ඨ ක්‍රීඩකයන්ට පවා හරියාකාරව තරගය කියවා ගැනීමට අපහසු අවස්ථාවක 20 හැවිරිදි මේ තරුණ ක්‍රීඩකයා ඇවිල්ලා මේ වෙලාවේ මේ තනතිරුවට ගැලපෙන්න මම මොකද කරන්න ඕනේ කියන එක නිවැරදිව තේරුම් අරන් පන්දු යවන ආකාරය තමයි පන්දු යැවීමේදී වෙන්නේ. පිතිකරණය ගත්තත් අසිත ජැෆ්නා කණ්ඩායම අසීරුතාවයට පත්වෙච්ච අවස්ථාවක ඔහු මුල්ම තරගයේදී ෂොයිබ් මලික් එක්ක එකතු වෙලා LPL තරගාවලියේ ඔහු ක්‍රීඩා කරපු පළමු තරගයේදී ඔහු සිදු කරපු පිතිකරණය මම හිතන්නේ අපිට විශාල සතුටක් ගෙනල්ලා දෙනවා. දුනිත් වෙල්ලාලගේ කියන්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවට අනාගතයේදී මොන වගේ ජයග්‍රහණ ගේන්න පුළුවන් ක්‍රීඩකයෙක්ද කියන එක අපිට පැහැදිලි. ඉතාම ධනාත්මකයි, ඉතාම සතුටුයි. මම හිතන්නේ LPL තරගාවලියේ අරමුණ ඉෂ්ට වෙන අවස්ථාවක් කියලා අපිට දුනිත් සම්බන්ධයෙන් කතා කරද්දී කතා කරන්න හැකියාව තිබෙනවා.
ඔව් ඉතින් ඒ වගේම අද දවසේදී අපි මයිනස් පොයින්ට්ස් විදියට ගත්තොත් අද වියස්කාන්ත් කඩලු ලබා ගැනීමට හැකියාවක් ලැබුණේ නැහැ. වගේම වනිදුට ඔහුගේ පිතිකරණ දක්ෂතාවයට එන්න හැකියාවක් ලැබුණේ නැහැ. ඉතින් ඒ දෙක ඇරුණම මම හිතන්නේ අද LPL තරගාවලියේ මේ පළමුවෙනිම ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙද්දී මම හිතන්නේ අපිට පැහැදිලි ධනාත්මක දේවල් ටිකක් දකින්න ලැබුණ කලින්ද මේ ක්‍රීඩකින්
අපි අමතක කරන්න හොඳ නැහැ හසිත. අද හොඳම කණ්ඩායම් දෙකනේ තරගවලින් දැන් මෙච්චර කල් තරගාවලිය තුල ප්‍රසාද ලකුණු සටහනේ අංක 1 සහ 2 ඉන්න කණ්ඩායම් දෙක. එතකොට අපි මැච් ගැන කතා කරද්දී දක්ෂම ක්‍රීඩකයෝ මේ වෙලාවේ කියන්නේ මේ අවස්ථාවේ හොඳින්ම දක්ෂතා දක්වන ක්‍රීඩකයෝ කණ්ඩායම් දෙකේ ඉන්නේ. ඒ නිසා මෙවැනි තරගයකදී වියස්කාන්ත උනා වගේ හදිසි අසාර්ථක වීමක් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්න පුළුවන් ඕනම අවස්ථාවක මම විශ්වාස කරන විදිහට. ඒ නිසා ඊටාම හොඳ තරගයක් අද බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි. මොකද ලේසියෙන් අත්තරින එකක් නැහැ. ජැෆ්නා කණ්ඩායමත් මේක හඹා යන්නට උත්සාහ කරයි. මොකද මේ අංක 1 ස්ථානයට තියෙන තරගය අද. මොකද අංක 1 වුණාම එන වාසියකුත් තියෙනවානේ. සෙමි ෆයිනල් එකට ගියාට පස්සේ එලිමිනේට් එකක් හම්බ වෙනවා. තව ජීවියක් හම්බ වෙනවා. සෙමි ෆයිනල් එක පෙරදුනත් තව අවස්ථාවක් තියෙනවා. ෆයිනල් එකට යන්න තමන්ගේ අවස්ථාව උරගා බලන්න. ඒ නිසා මං හිතන්නේ සෑම කණ්ඩායමක්ම මේ අවස්ථාවේ පොයින්ට් ටේබල් එකේ නම්බර් 1 වෙන එක ගැන ලොකු උවමනාවකින් ක්‍රීඩා කරනවා. ගෝල් කණ්ඩායමටත් තවම මේ දොර වැහිලා නැහැ. ඔවුනුත් හොඳින් ක්‍රීඩා කරමින් ඉන්නවා. කොළඹ කණ්ඩායම ඊයේ රාත්‍රියේ වාර්තා කරපු තරගයත් එක්ක කොළඹ ඇවිල්ලා තව තරග කිහිපයක්ම තියෙනවා. තව තරග 3 බැගින් මොවුන් ක්‍රීඩා කරන්න නියමිතයි කොළඹට ආවට පස්සේ. මේ තරගාවලිය කෙමින් උණුසුම් වේගෙන යනවා කියලා තමයි අපිට පේන්න තියෙන්නේ හසිත.
ඔව් ඉතින් දැන් පිතිකරන ලයිස්තු ගත්තම අවිෂ්ක ගුරුබාස් ඒ වගේම සදීර ඕපනින් කවුරු එයිද කලින්ද ඔයා හිතන විදියට?
ගුරුබාස් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ආරම්භක පිතිකරන ස්ථානයේ ක්‍රීඩා කරයි. මොකද 240 ගහපු මැච් එකේ ගහපු 73 දිහා බැලුවට පස්සේ මම හිතන්නේ නැහැ නම්බර 3 ස්ථානයට ගුර්බාස් පසුබහින්න කැමති වෙයි වගේම කණ්ඩායම හුව පස්සේ වන්න කැමති වෙයි කියලා. අවිෂ්ක සහ ගුර්බාස් අනිවාර්යෙන්ම ආරම්භක පිතිකරුවන් ලෙස කටයුතු කරයි. ඒත් එක්කම සදීරගේ මං හිතන්නේ සදීරගේ ෆෝම් එක ගත්තත් ඉතාම හොඳ තැනක තියෙනවා සහ ඔහු සාර්ථක වුණෙත් නම්බර 3 4 ස්ථානවල.
දැන් කලින්ද කිව්ව විදිහටම තමයි මම හිතන්නේ මේ වෙනකොට පිටියට පිවිසමින් ඉන්නේ ක්‍රීඩකයන් දෙදෙනාම. මම හිතන්නේ කලින් තරගයේ කලින්දු කැන්ඩි ජයග්‍රහණය කරා. අපි බලමු ජෆ්නා කණ්ඩායමට මේ ලකුණු 161 ඉලක්කය හඹ යන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා.
We are now ready to go back to the ground to Palle Kele. Let's see how the match goes.
Other Derana
That was a strong finish. You never thought they'll get anywhere near 160 come the 15th over.
93 runs in the last 10 overs. Thanks to Fabinal and mainly with that hitting. Is Rudan. His 21st game in his LPL career. Opening up for the Falcons, who has got a decent score. The scoreboard thanks to that man on the screen. Fabinal and pure muscle power. Six of them being hit. Clear any ground in the world. And some boundaries as well. Power.
That's the kind of innings that you need down the order to give you that fighting chance. Now, Russell, I like your analysis and the way you've looked at the surface this afternoon as compared to yesterday. There's some turn, a few balls keeping lower, it's drier. So 160 is a good total on this pitch, I agree with you.
Previously we've seen the slowness of the pitch play a part. But now that sideways movement, that makes it a lot harder. A slip in place for Isurudana. Deep square leg and the third man, the two men outside the 30-yard circle.
Surudana, not the quickest, but just look at how that ball's gone through to the keeper. You expect with that new ball seam up that he'll get the ball to carry through. Not higher than that. It went down to the keeper on the bounce.
It was quite low. Probably may differ with Carlos Bradford. Probably will open the ball from the other end. Ball. Bradford maybe he'll get that extra bounce, but when it comes to lateral movement, I think it will be more than seam. If there's anything, there'll be swing, and if there is, this man on screen is quite good at exploring it.
Better crowd in today. Quite a few school students have come in, and that should make the evening exciting. There's another game to follow. Bambulora looking for their first win against Colombo Stars. 4 inside edges, no one stopping that. You don't set fields for that.
Form that Ramanola Gurbaz is in, I think they'll be happy that his first boundary is a thick inside edge. Otherwise, he's been playing some phenomenal strokes in the last couple of outings for the Kings.
Tricky but effective. About millimeters away from the stumps. Disappointing start for the Falcons.
Pull that link back. Definitely a bit of extra bounce in that delivery. been quite economical. Derana for 11, 1 for 19 and 4, 2 for 32 and 4, 2 for 19 and 4. Been very handy with the ball. Oh, that's outside the off stump. There's a man down there, and he completes a comfortable catch. He's such a good fielder, the fellow countryman Najibullah Zadran.
Not an easy one. It was flying away from him. Had to run a good 10-15 meters, but it was traveling. Sliced by Gurbaz. There we go. He takes it very comfortably in the end. Big blow for the Jaffna Kings. Lost an early one. Ramanullah Gurbaz 4. Jaffna Kings 4 for 1.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි. Cheese රසට යාළුව සෙට් එක ස්මයිලි බෙදනවා. Cheese buttons රස දැනුනම කොයි කවුරුත් මට වෙනවා. මංචි රස බලකායේ cheese buttons දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳපොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Lovely to see the crowds coming out, the school kids coming to enjoy Lanka Premier League Season 3. The early loss of Ramanullah Gurbaz brings Dhananjaya De Silva to the crease. He's played a couple of handy innings himself. But a little too often, we've seen him give it away after he's worked hard in the beginning part of his innings. I'd like to see him just be a bit more responsible if he gets a start. Nice ball to finish, 4 for 1.
අපි YouTube එන්නේ අහන්න දකින්න ට්‍රෙන්ඩින් මොනාද හොයන්න බලන්න මේ කන්ටෙන්ට් රස්ති යාදුවේ යන්නට සේවා නෑනේ කන්ටෙන්ට් රස්ති යාදුවේ යන්නට සේවා නෑනේ
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodle Spicy වෙනසට සෙට් වෙන්න
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න View app එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කර subscribe කරන්න
Broadcasters of the LPL 3 all over the world, this feed is going. Opportunity for millions of people to see all this exciting action from Sri Lanka. Carlos Brathwaite in the air. Oh, that is a fantastic effort.
I didn't see who the field ate, but I'm thinking it has to be Ashin Bandara. He's the one who flies around. Yes, it is him. Not a strong hand, the left hand, but he's a live wire.
Someone can hold on to that. Oh, what a great shot. Worthy of a postcard, that. And again, with the new ball, Carlos Brathwaite giving that emphasis to the Falcons, picking up wickets. Can he do that today as well against this strong-looking Jaffna Kings batting lineup?
Oh, it's well bowled. Just a bit of nip into the right-hander. Carlos Brathwaite has been very good with the new ball for Kandy Falcons.
Yeah, that one. The angle of the bat not right for Dhananjaya De Silva. Coming from a wide gully and hence can't access the ball proper. Well, Carlos Brathwaite 11 wickets in the power play. Thrice 2 wickets in an over. That length, very uncomfortable for batters. It's back of a length. He's a tall lad and gets it to bounce. quite uncomfortably. That's that effort once again. Ashin Bandara.
Valiant effort. Valiant effort. That's what Carlos Brathwaite have brought in. That level of wicket-taking ability with the new ball. He's not been quick, he's gone gentle, but the length he pulls is an awkward one with this height.
You know, you got it spot on. It's the length that he's been bowling. Look at that for an effort. That's insane from Bandara. Spoke about him when he came out to bat. He said he contributes everywhere in the field of play.
So 3 runs for me there with that effort. Wrong side, left hand is not his natural side. Oh, again, bottom edge. Derana De Silva this time. And the trend continues. Carlos Brathwaite with the new ball. Picks up his first wicket and Derana De Silva walks back.
Trying to get a move on, trying to get off strike. 4 balls, just unable to come to terms with Carlos Brathwaite. His jag, his bounce. Now, this wasn't all that short. But trying to cash in on Carlos Brathwaite's extra bounce. Not in any position at all. Derana De Silva. He's gone for naught. Now the Jaffna Kings are in trouble. 5 for 2.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
More love, more fun. Ritsbury Chocomo. Whether it's a possibility of something new or that playful moment between the two of you. You see, joy is something you share with those you love and trust. And that is why we make banking enjoyable. HNB, a joy to bank with.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳපොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
For the Jaffna Kings falling, crowd is thoroughly enjoying that. Sadira Samarawikrama. It's the 7th match. Strikes at 130. It was Carlos Brathwaite again getting an early breakthrough, taken by Andre Fletcher behind the stumps. That's confirmation from Alter Edge. That combination yesterday produced a little bit of entertainment for us from Andre Fletcher. Today, it's the young man in the stands. Successful over for the Jaffna Kings. Kandy Falcons, I beg your pardon, it's 5 for 2.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
ඇප් තුනටම ඇති වෙනකං data. SLT Mobitel Triple Buddy.
සැරට කැමති අය දවස පුරාවට සැර ඉලෙනවා. Savory nuts රසයට කවුරුත් සැරටම සෙට් වෙනවා. මංචි රස බලකායේ savory nuts දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
The removal of 2 of the prolific batsmen so far in the competition for the Jaffna Kings, Romanola Gurbaz, Derana De Silva, both dismissed early for 4 and 0 respectively. Usira Udana. Good line, good length, difficult to get that away.
Yeah, looking for width. That's what Avishka Fernando does with fast bowlers, but with Isrudana, with that angle, not giving it anything. He moves it down the line. Isrudana used to take it away from the right-handers, but since late he has developed this ball coming back in, and he's been dangerous.
That's what you're saying. That's what he's looking for. There's not all that much width, but he's made use of it. Stayed inside the line of the ball, opened the face to access the offside.
Just a matter of a bit of width. That's it. That's what Avishka Fernando is looking for. Look at his feet. Doesn't move. He's trying to open it up, to open up the offside. And Not a bad delivery, to be honest, but class of Avishka Fernando. Rest is history.
He's got a deep back with square leg on the leg side, so he can afford to be a little bit straighter. Udana. That's better. Lots of sponsors, of course, behind the LPL 3. One of Roshan Abazinga's favorite, Manchikome. And then, of course, all the rest of them that have put their backing behind the Lanka Premier League. Now these people, such tournament would not be possible. Oh, that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Nicely timed, waiting for it to come on, Sadira Samaravikrama. But from Isuru Udana's point of view, why there's with this, the first over the ball swung. It swung back and cramped the right hander, but now that swing's disappeared. And so when it gets to the batter on the angle, that's just a hint of width, which both batters are using effectively.
I wonder if around the wicket, left arm, angling into the right-hander, will just help him a little bit.
Good angle you're talking about, Timo. I've seen Isuru doing that a lot in first class, but not much in white ball cricket. Something that he may have to bring into his game. Yes, he's retired internationally, but very busy playing around the world in franchise cricket. In these conditions against top quality players such as Samaravikram and Fernando, the margin of error is so minimum. He doesn't swing back the angle, and these two will always put up in away.
Full and straight. He's hit it straight at the man, could have forced it straight back past the bowler. It's the end of the third over, 2 down for 15.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක download කර subscribe කරන්න.
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න. අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
2 to go down to Silva and Ramula Gurbas. One of the sponsors, Shakti. The house. Changing the field for Carlos Brathwaite. Third man comes up. Cover point. Drops down. That's Isuru Udana. Nicely bowled. This is what Brathwaite does really well. Hit that back of the line. Very awkward. And Sadira Samaravikrama equal to the task. Soft hands and a single.
Oh, the beauty of Sri Lanka. If you haven't had an opportunity to come out here and see just a part of it, make sure you do that. Oh, sliding down the leg side. He's got away with that, I think. Carlos Brathwaite.
Innovative shots from various players. There is an award, $2,000 at the end of the tournament for the most innovative play. We do have quite a few contenders.
Most innovative players, you have the cute shots, good bowling, youngsters coming through. Ambidextrous bowling as well. Isn't it great to see? Oh, cute. A decent crowd in today. Up in Palakkale, the home team been backed by a decent set of crowd.
swung away, but there is a man behind square and it'll go straight to him.
Get the foundation right. That's what Jaffna Kings want after losing those 2 wickets. Batters to come there. Shoaib Malik, Tisara Pereira, Dunit Wellalage, James Fuller to cash in later on when the ball gets softer. This could be tight.
Could have been a suicidal run there. Sadira Samarawickrama halfway through, he knew it. Pathum Nissanka short mid-wicket, picked up cleanly. Did he have a little bit one more step towards the stumps?
I think he did, because look how far out he is. He's more than 1 meter and 20 centimeters. That is suicidal if ever I've seen it.
Just a break what the Jaffna Kings needed, trying to break that shackle, unable to, with the Falcons bowlers being so tight, especially Carlos breathed right throughout this tournament, picking up wickets, reducing this pressure. Spoke about the crowd, wonderful to see, isn't it, dancing in the aisle.
Change in the field. Third man, who was very square, because there was a short third man, comes up into the circle, backward point. 2 fielders back are mid-wicket and square leg on the leg side. Oh, it's given himself a bit of room to try and go through the offside. He's followed him and done well. Carlos Brathwaite. End of a good 4th over. Just the 6 runs from it. Jaffna are 21 for 2.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කර subscribe කරන්න.
බඩගිනි මායම් විඳින්න. Ritzman Black Magic.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles. Original equipment, manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Cheese රසට යාළුව සෙට් එක ස්මයිලි බෙදනවා. Cheese buttons රස දැනුනම කොයි කවුරුත් මට පෙනවා. මංචි රස බලකායේ cheese buttons දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
21 for 2. Lack of boundaries in those first 4 overs, just the 3. And, Shakti to give you that extra boost of energy. Like in Premier League, you'll certainly need that. Back-to-back matches cramped into the space of 3 weeks. Charmakeka Runaratne into the attack. And that'll be called wide.
Action man into the attack, straight away down the leg side. Any bat by Avishka would have been a boundary. Squalic and sweeper cover are the 2 fielders outside the circle, playing his 16th game in LPL. Would like to get that economy as well as the runs per over down a little bit.
Low full toss, too easy to put away. Just the one bounce and into the boundary.
Yeah, a couple of deliveries, both gone wrong. This one out of the back of the hand, was it necessary? It's hitting the deck, just seemed to be working. So a variation straight up before you get a feel for it. Plays into Avishka Fernando's hands.
Now, variations important in this format of the game. I'd like to see a breakdown of his variations and boundaries, because they go for quite a few, I've noticed. Oh, that's picked up. It's a top edge, but it's gone. It's gone well past the boundary.
Dropped in the grass bank. That it was. The first boundary was a full toss, slower delivery, and this time hitting that back of the length. But equal to thrust was Avishka Fernando, angling towards his leg side. more like a free hit. Kept his head low, got the elevation, didn't have any intention of keeping it down, middled it, and that was a massive 6.
And all of a sudden, the Kings are moving and moving fast. It's just one shot or one mistake that lets a team off the hook.
No, this time is more controlled. Look at that. 4-6-4.
Power. Welcome to the crease, charming Karunaratne, says Avishka Fernando. Prefers the base. Take a look at this first stroke. Wow. Middle of the bat. Anything short, Avishka is very strong. That was more like a drag down delivery by Chamika, put under pressure early on.
Now the field changes. Deep square again, mid wicket in place. The third man's in the circle. And Avishka Fernando, who's struggling to pierce the gap, getting back on ball, is now racing away.
Oh, gives himself room this time. He's out of control of Avishka Fernando.
So much in control. The field, I mentioned, changed, and hence he goes leg side. Creates that width. And doesn't try to hit it too hard. Waits, and opens the face of the bat.
And relies on timing. Gave him a little bit of room. And played into his hands. It's a carnage so far. 3 boundaries, a 6. 2 deliveries to go. A shift of momentum in this over in favor of the Kings.
Field changes again. That deep points out. Fielder at deep mid wicket is now in the circle.
Sensible. Very sensible. He's got the boundaries in the over. 19 decides, let me get a single.
That's the word, sensible. This was the first one, full toss. Second was a good shot, went a long way. Third one, a drag down over mid-wicket, 1 bounce. And then, shot of the day, probably shot of the over, beg your pardon, through the offside. Prefers the offside and bisects that gap through the car point. Charming Karunaratne taken for the cleaners in the first over. 20 runs so far, final ball coming up in his 5th over. Shot again by Sadir Samaravikrama, deep car point fielder. Coming to Mendes, does a clean up. It's an expensive over for the Falcons. Jaffna 42 for 2.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialog Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
මූඩ් එක පොසිටිව් දවසම ෆන් බරයි. ලිමිට් නැති ෆ්‍රෙන්ඩ්ස් නැති ලෝකෙම සුන්දරයි. ලයිෆ් එකත් ලෙමන් වගේ ස්වීට් සවර් මික්ස්. එක්සයිට්මන්ට් එකක් වෙන්න ගතේ නැතොත් රිස්ක්. අපි හෙන්නම ලකි. ඕන දෙකට වෙන ෆික්ස්. හෙලදිව් අයිස්තේ. ඕන වෙලාවක සෙට් වෙන ඩ්‍රින්ක් එක.
අපේ තාත්තා දැන් ලියන්නෙත් හෙලකුරු වලින්, ගෙවන්නෙත් හෙලකුරු වලින්. ස්කෑන් කළා ගෙව්වා.
සරලත්වයෙන් රටම සවිපල ගන්නවන අපේම හෙලකුරු.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කර subscribe කරන්න.
Massive building, just bringing the Jaffna Kings back into the equation in terms of the run rate. The requirement is under 8. They've gone just above 8 runs and over. Still pretty early in the innings. They need to make sure that this momentum is carried forward. Avishka 27 of 13, striking at more than 200 runs. And Sadir Samaravikrama 9 of 7. We're going to see some spin in the form of Fabian Allen. Excellent economy. Under 6 runs and over. Oh, could be trouble here. Sanity prevailing. Good evening, gentlemen. Darren and Amir.
Evening to you, Roshan. What we'll see from Fabian Allen, of course, is his pace variations. Bowls primarily wicket-to-wicket lines. Attacks batters. That's through the gap. Just a fraction of width on offer. And he's so good at giving himself room and finding the gap offside.
The reason why these two batsmen are making a huge difference here. Not lunging forward, not committing themselves on the front foot, whether it's a fast bowler or a spinner. On a slow track, that's how you do it. By playing off the back foot, you force the bowler to pitch the ball up and batting becomes easier. He is a very well organized player. Sudhir, really impressed. Sudhir, I beg your pardon. Here you go. Force the bowler to pitch the ball right up. It was very easy for him to work the ball into the gap.
Yeah, he's been in very good form, Sadira Samaravikrama. He really has enjoyed his opportunity. Initially not in the side, replaced Gurbaz. Just bowled slower and he dragged it from outside the off stump. And when he came into the side, he just forced the selectors to ensure that they just persisted with him. That's how good he's been.
It becomes very easy for a batsman to nudge the ball around, maneuver the length, if you don't commit yourself on the front foot. Any aspiring batsman should watch this carefully. Batting is not all about the front foot.
They'll get a single, 8 of the first over from Fabian Allen. The 50 is up. The power play is done. It's 50 for 2 in 6.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව
SLT Mobitel Mobile Non-Stop Locker ඔබ කැමතිම ඇප් 9ට ඇති වෙනකන් data.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව
Well, it's picturesque, isn't it? The Palekale International Stadium, a much better crowd. On the last day of the Kandy leg, that's the confirmation that the power play is done and dusted. And we're going to see Vanidhu Hasaranga.
I took the opportunity to ask Vanidhu Hasaranga at the toss if he was enjoying his role as captain, and specifically about the impact he feels that additional role has had on his personal game. What we've seen from him is really a low end of his standards as it pertains to his batting. He's really produced with the bat. In the last 2 games, he's gone wicketless.
Whipping it from outside the off stump, possibly reading the wrong and very quickly got across, worked it with the turn. Sadira Samaravikrama. Yeah, it's an interesting point you make. Well, obviously this is his first opportunity to captain a side, a major side that is, Vanidhu Hasaranga. Short delivery, swung away on the leg side, great work. And it had to be him, Asen Bandara.
He's sensational, isn't he, in the field? His anticipation level is very high. That was a big effort. That ball was traveling. How well he dived. How well he timed this dive. Bit of misunderstanding. No damage done.
And I made mention of this because I feel this is the ideal platform for Vanidhu Hasaranga to hone his skills as a captain. Possibly a future Sri Lankan national captain. Given what he's produced already at the international level. Exceptional with the ball. And that's why this Lanka Premier League is so important for the development of cricket here in Sri Lanka. Not only for the young players, for batting and bowling, but also for leadership and grooming the future leaders for Sri Lankan cricket.
Played with really clever hands, just waiting for it. the soft skills as they call it. A boundary to end the over. 27 for 2.
Yeah, deft touch. Such a good player to watch.
Manchi rasa balapai snack cracker bang alut vela.
Dara's Grand Christmas Sale දෙසැම්බර් 12 සිට ඩෙබිට් හා ක්‍රෙඩිට් කාඩ් පත් සඳහා අමතර 12%ක වට්ටම. පොලී නැතුව පාසු ගෙවීමේ ක්‍රම. නත්තල් අසිරිය ඔබේ දොරකඩට.
SLT Mobitel Mobile Non-Stop Locker. ඔබ කැමතිම ඇප් 9ට ඇති වෙනකන් data.
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක download කර subscribe කරන්න.
ගෙදර ඉඳගෙනම සිලබස් එක කවර් කරන්න. ඉලක්ක ප්‍රශ්න වලට උත්තර හොයාගන්න. ශිෂ්‍යත්වය නම් ශිෂ්‍යත්වය. O level නම් O level. A level නම් A level.
මේක සෝනි කලාප්. මෙතන ෆීලිං ගේ දරා
1980
වක්‍රක්‍රමයේ sannivedanaye කතා කරන්න යන්නේ
sensitive clause.
සාමාන්‍ය පෙළ විභාග තේනාමයක් ගමු.
ඒ විතරක්ම නෙමෙයි. බය නැතුව ඉංග්‍රීසි ඉගෙන ගන්න පාඨමාලා. පෞරුෂ වර්ධන වැඩසටහන්. ජීවිතේ ඉදිරියටම යන්න පුළුවන්. වෘත්තීය අධ්‍යාපන පාඨමාලා Spark. සිලබස් එක වගේම සිලබස් එකෙන් එළිය තියෙන දැනුම නොමිලේ උගන්නන ලංකාවේ ලොකුම පන්තිය.
අදවරණ එජුකේෂන්
සෑම සතිය දිනකම උදැස්සන 5 සිට උදැස්සන 8 දක්වා.
Hi. Oh no. Huh? Huh? Hi.
ඔබ කොතැන සිටියත් ඕනෑම වේලාවක කිසිදු බාධාවකින් තොරව TV එකෙන් වාගේම දෙරණ බලන්න. ඔබේ ජංගම දුරකථනයෙන් පිවිසෙන්න. TV දෙරණ live YouTube නාලිකාවට.
Lanka Premier League 2022. Colombo Stars versus Dambulla Aura. Tonight at 7:30 p.m.
For 2 at the moment, like a Jaffna Kings.
Well, dancing all around. Roshan Abasinga showing his skills. I think the youngster gets the better of him there on that occasion. What do you think, Amir?
Yeah, he was not far out. But the ambience he creates with his moves, Roshan Abasinga, is difficult to match. But you mentioned in the previous over that Hasaranga has been able to pick up wickets here on a pitch where we have seen the other spinners taking so much of advantage and exploiting the conditions. What could be the reason?
We see a couple runs. Last two matches, of course, in that game against the Gold Gladiators, none for 23 from his 4, and then against Dambulla Aura, none for 23 from 2. Took a bit of a beating on that occasion. I just looked at him bowl and felt that he invests a lot on his wrong on. He relies on getting a lot of success when bowling to right-handers. Has to also try to spin the ball away from right-handers and not only take the ball into them. In the modern game, information is shared easily, so opposition teams are always planning for you an approach as a bowler. You've got to keep ahead of the game, keep adapting and changing your approach as a spinner. Haven't seen him really use the angle of bowling round the wicket, which is a different angle to a batter.
Yeah, I'm with you. But there is another important reason. He needs a bit of pace off the surface to be able to trance the batsman. Pitches here in Kandy have been very slow. He's been managed off the back foot. And it's very important for him to pitch the ball up to be able to pick up wickets on a slowish and sluggish surface.
Oh, chopped it on. Fabian Allen gets his man. And that is a huge wicket. Pushed it a little bit quicker, and Avishka Fernando didn't really have the space or the room to play that shot.
Yeah, it was looking to square drive the ball, only managing an inside edge, and that is a big wicket. This partnership was threatening Kandy Falcons on a timely wicket of man in form, Avishka Fernando. Scored 33, it's 63 for 4. Beg your pardon, 60.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
බඩගිනි මායම් විඳින්න Ritzman Black Magic.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳපොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Right, 63 for 3. The evergreen. Shoaib Malik. Best of 59. Well, he didn't have much space, Avishka Fernando. He was looking to play that sharp square of the wicket. We'll come back to that. This is Wanindu Hasaranga just continuing. But take a look at what happened to Avishka Fernando.
I did mention that Fabian Allen tries his best to bowl very straight lines. Won't give you a lot of width. So you got to create that if you want to hit the ball square of the wicket, either off the front foot or the back foot. You can find yourself in a little bit of trouble if you're forcing the ball, trying to hit it too square, as we saw on that occasion. Inside edge, chopped on.
Samar Vikrama and Shoaib Malik together. Very important phase of the game here. Like a Jaffna Kings can just get a partnership going. It's not beyond them. 97 of 71. Asking rate is just over 8. But just on the subject of this captaincy and what you were trying to pick on, another aspect to it is that you would see that Wanindu Hasaranga is your go-to performer. He's more or less your match winner. And do you think it's prudent to try and give him that extra load as a match winner? Because we do see bowlers sometimes just not striking that right balance when it comes to using himself in your captain. I mean, I'm sure that's also an area you need to look at.
I guess it's too early for us to conclude on Wanindu Hasaranga and him balancing his role as a captain as against his role as a player, both with bat and ball. And a miss, good delivery. But there's no exact science with regard to players who are chosen for leadership.
Shoaib Malik is a big wicket, even though he got beaten comprehensively. Yeah, talking about Hasaranga, he's an option. And when you say go-to bowler, good captains are regarded for one quality: when they lead from front. If he's the go-to bowler, and if he introduces himself with the bat and ball, he'll be leading from the front. He'll be saying go-to bowler, using his abilities 9 overs down, 66 for 3.
Body life at the break up karagana salsa natanaba One velawak salsa rasata kathiyarot benaba Manchi rasa wala kaya salsa biscuits dang alut vela.
Whether it's the last slice of pizza you've been eyeing or the cheer and warmth of a job well done, you see, joy is something you share with those you love and trust. And that is why we make banking enjoyable. HNB, a joy to bank with.
Maggie Papare spicy chicken flavor noodle. Spicy venasata set venna.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක download කර subscribe කරන්න.
6 for 3 like Jaffna Kings, and we are almost at the halfway stage. Spin continues to kind of dominate certain phases in the game. This is another phase that we have seen that the spinners have come in really strongly. Fabian Allen has been good. Manito Hasaranga too has got his act together, just 10 off 2. Last boundary has been 14 balls ago, so they put together a few good overs, this pair of spinners.
Yeah, they shouldn't be perturbed. I think Samrat Vikrama has to stay at the pitch. Now he's well set. He's stroking the ball well. He's ticking the scoreboard regularly. And this man, he's a busy batsman. He will compliment him. And this is an important passage of the play, that's for sure.
Beautiful part of Sri Lanka. We're coming to the end of this leg of the Mazza Play Lanka Premier League here in Kandy. Outside edge found. A little bit of turn on offer from Fabian Allen. Just to finish the point I was making about staying ahead of the game as a spinner. I remember 2002, Mutaya Muralitharan primarily bowled over the wicket, spinning his big off breaks into the right-handers. That was his primary way of getting wickets. Fast track 5 to 6 years later, he goes round the wicket, pitches the ball in line with the stumps and runs the ball on. That is an example of him adapting his game and his approach and continuing to be successful.
And that was the passage where when he learned that Dusra Mutaya Muralitharan, and that's why he was so effective around the stumps. Halfway through, 70 for 3.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
More love, more fun. Ritzbury Chocomo.
අපේ අම්මා දැන් shopping ගියාම ගෙවන්නෙම හෙලකුරු app එකේ. ස්කෑන් කළා ගෙව්වා.
සරලත්වෙන් රටම සවි බල ගන්නවන අපේම හෙලකුරු.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
In it, if you look at the comparison after the 10 overs, lights taking effect here. In Pallekele, 35 minutes past 5 in the evening. 91 required, 60 balls. We're in the hills of Sri Lanka. In the main city is Kandy, the Kandy Lake. The hustle and bustle. The Askiria Stadium, the old test match ground, not too far from here. Since 2011, cricket was moved, international cricket was moved out here to Pallekele. Shamika Karunaratne. That jags back. He started his first spell with a wide. He starts his second with a wide as well.
Tell me, Russell, that Askiria ground that we saw, what's become of it now?
It was always the Trinity College cricket ground, and it still is. International cricket is not played there, but school games, etc. Out there as yet. Historic ground it was.
So all the first class, domestic cricket, etc. has all moved to Palakeli.
More or less, the main games. He's not timing it as he would like, Shoaib Malik.
Important spell for Karnaratne was taken up to the cleaners in the first over by Avishka. 8 runs need of 59 deliveries. Buy LPL tickets on daras.lk or Daras app. The action will be moving to Colombo in a couple of days' time.
Mid-offs in the circle. Two's the call, it's well placed. 2 was on. Samara Vikrama said no. The misfield in the outfield would have easily allowed the batters to come back. Battle for the top spot in the league. That's what these two teams are out here for. Kandy beat the Jaffna Kings the first time they met. That was also out here in Kandy 3-4 days ago. He's having a good day, Fabian Allen, with bat, with ball.
That was good running, good anticipation by Sadhir Samaravikrama. Fabian Allen throws from the left hand, it was going to his right hand. These are the little anticipation, but the batsmen need the understanding. Just on Karnaratne, the first over, he was taken for the cleaners. As I said, it's important, he comes back with a good over.
Finds the fielder in the deep.
Still very much in control. Required run rate 9.32. 87 and 56 balls. Issue is 2 new people at the crease. 2 people who've got a lot of experience and will know how to go forward from here with regards to this partnership.
In front of square, there'll be at least a couple. Coming to Mendes. It's been brilliant on the boundary out there. So they got Ashen Bandar patrolling one side and Mendes the other, saving lots of runs for the team.
Yeah, saved 2 runs there. Young Kamindu Mendes. Quite evident is that Chamika in this over is all being seam up. Early 130s. The previous over was caught in a couple of deliveries. Went for the variation, was taken a couple of boundaries by Avishka. And in this over, he's been relying and concentrating on hitting that pitch hard.
Slower ball. That's 4. Samara Vikrama waited for it and slapped it. That's a good end to the 11th over from the Kings' point of view. 80 for 3.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Max Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Very useful runs. That's what's given the Kandy Falcons the score to defend. And now 3 overs, 1 for 18. Starts his last, Fabian Allen. Hint of width. That was enough.
Yeah, we just spoke about 5 deliveries being seam up, and the last delivery holding that tuck of the hand slow ball. And this was Sadira Samaravikram has done right throughout this tournament. He's been timing it well, placing it well. Important boundary.
No, showed clear intention that he enjoys playing the ball through the offside, in particular off the back foot. It's fetched a lot of runs for him throughout the competition. 79 and 52.
Wide down the left side this time, and with the angle. Exercises for the umpire.
He's bowling to his field, changes his angles, tight on the pads, fires one slightly wider. Nice easy action which allows him to make that adjustment late. Fabian Allen and hence batters have to wait till the last minute to see what he delivers. That'll be runs, leg buys I feel. Yes it is, 4 of them.
And 2 deliveries before, it was ball into the field outside the off stump to Shoaib Malik. But this one, firing it in towards the leg side. Yeah, just had to get that off an extent, and yeah, it goes. The elusive boundary in this over.
No, the line was wrong. Started too straight, and then there was a bit of swing on the ball as well, and that's why it went down the leg side. He knows it.
Samaravikrama didn't play the first game. He only got his opportunity because Gurbas had an injury. Came in as keeper, played the second one. 62, man of the match performance. He made 14 in the game after 38 not out, 32. And here again, he's now on 35, holding that innings together. 1 for 22 off his allotted 4 for Fabian Allen. 88 for 3.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කර subscribe කරන්න.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳපොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව. ටක් ටික් ටොක්. non-stop TikTok යන TikTok data plan. දින 7ක් සඳහා රුපියල් 115ක් සහ දින 30ක් සඳහා රුපියල් 385ක් පමණයි. අදම ඇක්ටිවේට් කරගන්න. SLT Mobitel. එකම එක සබඳියාව. ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳපොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
We've seen just the 5 bowlers so far, 1 bowled out. That's Fabian Allen. Here's Hasaranga starting his 3rd. It's been a while since he picked up a wicket in terms of games, and he's not used to that. Oh, he's going to ask for that for sure. He's going to ask for that. It's given. It's given. He used his feet. But the umpire decided that was out. Now remember, the decision is out.
TV umpire director, we have LBW review. Original decision is out. Start with the front foot, please. Fair delivery. Move on to front on spination. I'm satisfied. No bet involved. Go to the ball tracking straight away, please. Waiting for the ball tracking. Original decision is out. Pitching outside off. Impact umpire's ball. Hitting the wickets. Chamara stay with the out decision.
Massive decision. He's got it right because the DRS backs him up. He was a long way down, Shoaib Malik. But the fact is Hasaranga doesn't get the ball to bounce much. Shoaib Malik gone for 8, 88 for 4.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
අම්මයි තාත්තයි විතරක් නෙවෙයි. දැන් අපේ සීයත් ගෙවන්න හෙලකුරු වලින් ස්කෑන් කළා ගෙව්වා.
සරලත්වෙන් රටම සවිපල ගන්නවන අපේම හෙලකුරු.
ඇප් තුනටම ඇති වෙනකම් ඩේටා. SLT Mobitel Triple Buddy.
පාරි මෝඩ් එක ඔන් කරගෙන අපි දවස ගෙවනවා. ලුණු රටාවට අනියන් කික් එක ෆුල් හැපනින් වෙනවා. මංචි රසවලකායේ අනියන් බිස්කට්ස් දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water-repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Tisara Pereira. Strike rate 200, always impressive. He's got a role to play because the Jaffna Kings are still 73 runs away. But just saying, it's a while since Hasaranga picked up a wicket and he strikes.
Looking for this battle. Captain against captains. Slip in place.
Oh dear, he swings. Just misses that off stump. They were teammates for the first two LPLs, these two. They were match winners for the Jaffna team.
It's all happening. First ball, Tisara Pereira. Trying to go mid-wicket. That's his favourite place. Oh, talking about millimeters. That's how it close. And Smile says it all, Manidu Hasaranga.
It's a good thing he's missed it, because I'm telling you what, if he had got that in the middle of the bat, that was flying over that freaking scoreboard.
Oh, lovely hit. It's hard to beat Bandara. Because you got to admire the speed and the anticipation he possesses. This is Shoaib Malik.
Umpire Chamara Soisa gave it out and it stayed with it. And the local supporters, the youngsters. Isn't it good to see youngsters in cricket?
Again looks for 2. Doesn't get it. The moment batters tend to use their feet, go down the wicket as much as Shoaib Malik does, it's hard to give him out because the ball's got a long distance to travel.
There's a question with the slow bowlers putting in so much pressure. Will Manidu Hasaranga bringing the ambidextrous coming the Mendes into the attack? And also yesterday's hero Chamindu Vijay Singh who picked up 3 wickets yesterday, have not bowled it. For me, I think plays off. The Kamindu could come in and bowl left arm spin to Sadira, right arm off spin to Tisara Pereira. That may be a master stroke.
A question for you, Farviz. Yes, he can bowl with either arm, but how good is it? You can answer that in the next over. It's 92 for 4.
It could be a feeling that brings you together, or even their passion to change the world. You see, joy is something you share with those you love and trust. And that is why we make banking enjoyable. HNB, a joy to bank with.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
බඩගිනි මායාව බිඳින්න Richmond Black Magic.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක download කර subscribe කරන්න.
161. Jaffna Kings just lost the wicket of Shoaib Malik, skipper Tisara Pereira and Sadira Samarawickrama doing the job so far. So Carlos Brathwaite coming into the attack, just the first 2 overs. The new ball picked up the wicket of Dhananjay De Silva. And the question, Russell, yes, when it comes to half-hearted spinners, he's not the full-time bowler the team needs at the moment, but just for horses, for courses, it's an option to have it. But I'm sure that Brathwaite is coming in, especially Manidu Hasaranga will be thinking Tisara is very powerful against spin bowling. That's the only reason.
So close to the front pad. but it misses. Straight on to the back pad. Now, if that clipped that front pad on the way through, it would have been way outside the line of off stump. And it's marginally. The impact is marginally in line. Came back umpire's call. Shoaib Malik will consider himself very, very unlucky. But that's the way it is. This will be a good battle between Tissera and Carlos Brathwaite. He's been very effective in the power play. They're generally bowling 3 overs up front and then 1 later.
Looking at the field, Brathwaite is trying to get Tissera Pera hitting towards the offside. Deep extra cover, sweeper cover, and a long off. Short third man, short extra cover. The two fielders saving the single and the deep mid wicket. And fine leg, and this was a good shot. And for a moment I thought Najibul Zadran was going to come in, but that's not good fielding. Carlos Brathwaite is very unhappy. Zadran should have been up for it and should have kept it for a single.
Yeah, he says he sighted it late. He'll be bowling wide at the stumps. Tissera Pereira's arc is from long off towards cow corner. These are areas that he's generally not very comfortable hitting. So Carlos Brathwaite doing the right thing, forcing him to do something that's out of character. Go offside.
Brathwaite right throughout for the Falcons have been brilliant. The lines have been good, the lengths have been good. It's been the length, 6 to 8 meters, 59%. That's an awkward length to face, especially with the ball is height as Carlos is with the awkward bounce.
Oh, there's a nick. There was a deviation. There was a deviation. The bat hit the ground, that's for sure. The two West Indians are very, very confident that umpires are coming together. There's no doubt about the catch, Tino.
No, there's no doubt about that. I think the conversation between the two of them will be whether he's at the ground or he's at the ball. Happened almost simultaneously.
And in such a situation, the batter wouldn't know because the jarring's there with the bat hitting the ground. So the question is, they're asking for bump
The
ball.
soft signal is not out. Start with the front foot, please. Fair delivery. Move on to front arm position. Show me that one more time. Yeah. Ball passes close to the bat. Can you give me the ultra edge, please? Jens waiting for the ultra edge. Show me that one more time. Take it backward, one more frame. Take it backward. Take it backward. Roll forward, roll forward. Can you take one more frame back? Yeah, show me the reverse angle, please. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Show me that one more time. It appears a deflection. Let me confirm. I'm satisfied. Clear deflection of the bat. My decision for the giant screen is
Isn't it fantastic when a plan comes together? Get him hitting to areas he's not comfortable by bowling it wide at the stumps. He tries and tries, the bat hits the ground but nicks it through. The captain's gone for 2. Jaffna Kings 97 for 5.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphanes don't paint.
Body life at the breakup karagana salsa natana ba. One velawaka salsa rasata kathiyarak benaba. Manchi rasa wala khaye salsa biscuits dang alut vela.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Maggi papare spicy chicken flavor noodle. Spicy venasata set venna.
Dunit Wellalage is the new batter. He's got a job to do. 64 runs required. Good little player, bowled beautifully today. 2 for 7 in his 4 overs. Didn't take long. Bowled that wider line. Bat hits the ground, but then so does the ball. No doubt about the fact that whether it bounced or not, he's going to stick with the same plan. Direct hit. Would have had Wellalage as well.
Well, it's all happening out there. Directed. Would have been problems.
Would have been 2 in 2. Like this move by Carlos Brathwaite, quickly moving across. Yeah, definitely. It would have been nowhere near young Wellalage. I think it was a wrong judgment. He's been brilliant for these Falcons this year. Brilliant signing with the ball as the leader in this group. He's been top.
Samara Wickrama has to bat deep. We are only into the 14th over. Get closer. Required rate into double figures now. This is that dismissal again.
Isn't it great to see when a plan comes together? Bowling outside the off stump, nicking Tisara Perra off. And the dance moves out. And umpire Chamara Soisa. It's great to see. Andre Fletcher, a character. Skipper, Tisara Perra. On out.
Well, another one. Another one. That's a poor shot. He was expecting the shorter delivery. The feet were nowhere. Dunit Wellalage has a swipe, gets a nick.
You mentioned it, had a swipe. Just want to have a look at his head position and the weight. The weight was hanging back, as you said, probably expecting a shorter delivery. Yeah, leg nowhere, trying to open it up to go through extra cover mid-off. And in the end, Carlos Brathwaite, he's done right throughout this tournament, picks up important wickets in important passages. And this time, it was young Wellalage. Being caught behind by Andre Fletcher. Young Wellalage gone for 1. Jaffna struggling at 99 for 6.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphanes don't paint.
ඔක්තෝබර් 30ක දක්වා රුපියල් බිලියනයක් වටිනා loyalty data GB මිලියන 20ක් නොමිලේ. SLT Mobitel එකම එක සබැඳියාව.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතුරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Calypso mix එක ඕන වෙලාවක නැගලම යනවා. Calypso එක්කලා යූත් එකම කුල්මත් වෙනවා. හඳුන්වා දෙන මංචි රස බලකායේ නවතම රසය. Calypso biscuits.
This is his 4th over. He's got 1 for 13. Brilliant. He's one of your bankers in any team you have. Oh, again close to the stumps. The pressure's on the Kings.
It's the googly. Just missing the off-stump. This is the last wicket to fall. Well, I'll again nowhere near the line of the ball. That front leg outside leg stump.
Has he got it into the gap? No, he hasn't. Fuller will come back for two, but you have to say that the Falcons have fielded brilliantly well. The hundreds on the board for the Kings.
They have been clearly, and the partnership has to get going for the Jaffna Kings if they have to win this game. Peter Fuller, quite a big hitter.
Nice hit. Took it on the full. It's 4.
One of the rare bad deliveries we've seen this evening from Hasaranga. One of the rare bad deliveries we've seen throughout LPL 3. He really has been brilliant. Low field toss. He realizes he doesn't have to force it. Just get it over his head.
Good use of the feet, isn't it? I mentioned about this is good running. Very good running by Fuller and Samara Vikrama. Caught napping Pathum Nisanka. Unhappy there, the skipper. It's good running. This is what wins you games. Running mid wickets most of the time, turning ones into twos, twos into threes. Look at this intensity. Fuller quite quick for a big man, a big unit. Comes back and in the end made it look so easy.
Oh, got him. Hasaranga picks up a second. It was the last ball of his spell. Samara Vikrama had the right idea, but just didn't get underneath it. So more trouble for the Jaffna Kings. Samara Vikrama, who was batting so well, perishes. Nicely bowled, smart catch. 2 for 21 for the Falcons. Skipper at the end of the 15, 107 for 7. They're tottering now, the Kings. Sadira Samara Vikrama's knock has come to an end. He's made 48, 107 for 7.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialog Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
ජීවිතේම ජර්නි එකක් ගෑව පාට. හැබැයි මම තමයි මගේ ලයිෆ් එකේ නැවිගේටර්. ෆ්‍රී එකේම පාවෙනකොට life is like magic. Apple වගේ simple නේ ජීවිතේට logic. හෙලදීප් ice day. ඕන වෙලාවක set වෙන drink එක.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Wicket stumbling, 37 runs in the last 5 overs and 4 wickets falling. Kandy Falcons shifting the balance of power. It's in the gap. The runs around, just a single, so quite an eventful phase of the game, Roshana Basinga, last few overs.
I just can't understand what got into the Jaffna batting, like a Jaffna Kings, because they were just looking so good. I mean, they had such a strong batting lineup, but look at the way the wickets have tumbled. And now 52 of 28 with wickets in hand. It's well within a batting team, but with just 3 wickets and not much to show, it's going to take a big effort.
That struck firmly. A lot of bottom hand in that stroke. He's a powerful man, James Fuller. And he deals in boundaries.
They're employing Kamidu Mendes to bowl some left-arm spin into his first over. Yeah, Fuller is a big unit, just picking that right spot, but looking at the options. Brathwaite, he's got an over. Udana has two. Both Allen and Hasaranga, they're finished. So it's about the spinners. Now they're coming back for two. This is good running. It's the spinners who've done a lot of damage. Of course, Brathwaite has been in his elements in this series. He's had dream spells, 3 for 13.
First time taking wickets outside the power play phase, so Carlos Brathwaite given his captain another option.
Yeah, certainly has changed the complexion of the game. That was nicely placed. Yes, was a full toss. Needed to be placed into the gap, and that's what he did. Fuller.
They're keeping abreast with the run rate, that's for sure. They've got 12 runs in the over. They're fine with the run rate, 42 of 25, well within their reach.
Brilliant effort, but it goes in vain as he concedes a single of the last delivery. 16 overs gone, 120 for 7. And Gregory Brathwaite signals that it will be a strategic timeout.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
More love, more fun. Ritsbury Chocomo.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කර subscribe කරන්න.
පෝෂණ ඕනතා සහිත දරුවන්ගේ පෝෂණය නගා සිටුවීම වෙනුවෙන් මනසත් දෙරණ සහ ළමාරෝග විශේෂඥ වෛද්‍යවරුන්ගේ විද්‍යායතනය සෙනෙහසින් දියත් කරන
Feed a child.
පුංචි බණ්ඩියක බඩගිනි නිවමු. ඔබේ පරිත්‍යාග මාජන බැංකුව සුදුවැල්ල ශාකාවේ මනුසත් දෙරණ ගිනුමට බැරකිරීමට කාරුලික වන්න. ගිනුම් අංකය 143 1001 799.5. මේ අමාරු කාලය පහු කරගන්න අපි අපට ඉමු.
Darana's Grand Christmas Sale දෙසැම්බර් 12 සිට 80ක් දක්වා වට්ටා. එක රුපියලකින් අදහගන්න බැරි තෑගි දිනාගන්න අවස්ථාවක්. දැන්ම ප්ලේ කරන්න.
Lanka Premier League 2022. Colombo Stars versus Dambulla Aura. Tonight at 7:30 p.m.
Lanka's Jaffna Kings, 120 for 7. They still need a further 41. Karunaratne has been expensive. Time for Surudana. Just so Commander Mendes with the ball. So Tesara Pereira changing his options a bit. But you'd think that this run chase and the success of it rests squarely on the shoulders of these two out in the middle.
I think it will be a lot on Fuller. Westcott will have to play more of a support role here. He'll have to just make sure that he'll get Fuller the strike. But you'll see a lot of change-ups from Surudana. He's very good. He bowls into the pitch, pace off the ball, back of the hand. He's got a lot of variety. as a bowler.
Nice and smart from Biaskan, just turning the strike over to Fuller, the aggressor in this partnership. And looking at the options, of course, I did mention Ratna being expensive. He's going at 15.5, so Sarah Pereira is already planning for the end. Surely Carlos Brathwaite will bowl his final over. Hasaranga back into the wickets, 2 for 21 from his 4. So I just feel he's a little bit hesitant to turn to Karunaratne because of what has gone.
Why is such a character? When he's stretched, that's where you find his best. He reacts under pressure, that's for sure. When you talk about Karunaratne, yes, he's been talked around. Wasn't in control, but runs are important. And more importantly, he's handed the strike to Fuller.
We did mention Carlos Brathwaite and his control when he bowls. He stayed primarily in that good length area and short of a good length, but his last 2 wickets he went full and wide. So clear strategies for Tisara Pereira. And then Walalagi. The very best bowlers in T20 cricket, what they're able to do is identify weaknesses, areas of strengths, and know exactly what lengths to bowl to particular batters.
Yeah, that was brilliant adjustment from Brathwaite. Realizing that the opposition batters, they need to find a boundary every over and they have to take risks. Ball wider. Ask them to go after him. Reach for the ball. And picked up important wickets. 17 done. It's 125 for 7.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි. Calypso mix එක ඕන වෙලාවක නැගලම යනවා. Calypso එක්කලා youth එකම කුල්මත් වෙනවා. හඳුන්වාදන මංචි රස බලකායේ නවතම රසය Calypso biscuits.
He's at the top of the pile, Carlos Brathwaite, in terms of wickets this season. Wanindu Hasaranga is captain, second on that list. Yuan Tushara also with 9 wickets. James Fuller, who's also playing here, and Biaskan also featuring.
Wanindu Hasaranga is captain the side very well. Took the right option, going with Brathwaite. If he bowls a good over here, that'll make sure that required run rate goes to beyond 50, and that'll be difficult.
Good gamble to take. Carlos at the top of his mark, and he goes in. Roshan Abisinga. After this, Carlos Brathwaite's over. 2 overs remaining. Who are the 2 bowlers that Tisara Pereira should use? Beg your pardon. Wanindu Hasaranga.
Well, obviously he's got the option of coming to Mendes, but I don't think he'll go there. I'd rather go with Chamika Karunaratne, back him for the experience he has. He's had 1 bad over, and Isuru Udana should bowl the last over with all his experience. I would say Chamika Karunaratne 19th over. Oh, well. Isuru may be 19th and Chamika the last over, but I think asking a little bit too much. Chamika going into the 20th over, considering where he's been. But I'll back Isuru to defend even a smaller target.
Are you sure? Have you made up your mind?
Powerfully struck, but the fielder gets around. It's a real challenge for captains. Mahindu Hasaranga, of course, leading this Kandy Falcons franchise for the first time, so making the right decisions, so crucial in determining the outcome of the game.
Oh, what a shot that is. There are lots of theories about it. I mean, different captains would look at it differently. Some of them would want a bigger score to defend the last. They would consider the 20th over critical. Oh, well, different captains have different styles, just like the way both of you spoke.
Yeah, that was innovative. You know, when you talk about field placing, he's looking the ball wider off the off stump. He had that widest point. Sweeper at covers, and he had that third man. That's thoughtful. And usually, when the batters are playing in the 18th over, they are aiming from mid-off to square leg to find a six or a boundary. He's bowling wider, and he's got protection on the offside. He's become a thinking cricketer, Brathwaite. In the air, taken. And with Fuller, the hopes of winning this game for Jaffna gone.
Yeah, I don't really think that there is very much hope left now, considering that, like a Jaffna Kings, really don't have the type of batting, the firepower left. Fuller would have been interesting into the last 2 overs, just trying to clear mid off. The man we've been talking about, Shamika Karunaratne. And what about him? He's been the man with the golden arm. He's been a winner for Kandy Falcons. Out for 16, 129 for 8.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
ඒට කැපෙන්නේ නැතුව ෆුට්බෝල් වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එක ලයිව් බලන්න. View app එක download කර subscribe කරන්න.
ලයිෆ් බෝල් ඉතරම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Dunat Madhushankar, known more for his bowling than his batting. Herculean task on his hands. 32 runs from 13 balls. Just 1 run from 16 matches, so unfamiliar territory, you can say.
Yeah. But it's a new experience.
And to be fair to him, he's only batted twice. Final delivery from Carlos Brathwaite to end a wonderful spell of bowling once more. Another 4 for him. 4 for 17 at the moment. Successful over coming to an end. A wicket and 5 runs to Carlos Brathwaite, and again he's shown excellence with the ball. 18 gone, 130 for 8.
Lanka Premier League 2022. Colombo Stars versus Dambulla Aura. Tonight at 7:30 p.m.
Another player of the match performance by Brathwaite. What a spell. 4 overs for just 18 runs. and 4 wickets. Brilliant. That's in the air and cleared everything. And that was unexpected.
Roshan Abesinga, I think you've misled me. This young man looks quite good. Second delivery, and he strikes it straight back past the bowler for 6.
I did not mislead you. I was going on the available evidence. Batted twice, made 1 run, so you would think. But that was brilliant.
The equation might be a little too hot to handle for these two. Carlos and his last wicket, full toss outside the off stump. Not an easy delivery to hit for a boundary.
Now once again he reacted very well, Carlos. He saw Fuller moving outside the off stump. Went further wider, and that's why he was not in control. But Kandy Falcons are in control. Chance of a run out. But Derana took all the time in the world to find that aim.
He might still achieve the outcome that he wanted. I don't think there was a grounding of the bat.
What do you think, Roshan?
Well, to start with, he was not grounding it, he was not creasing it as you taught. And normally you would teach batters, runners to try and do that from about 2 or 3 feet away from the crease. But instead, he was searching for it. That looks out, he's on the crease, has nothing behind it.
For the young cricketers looking on, this is an example of what not to do when you're running between the wickets. Should have slid the bat along the ground and not plunked it. Although Derana was quite slow in dislodging the bails, just have a funny feeling he takes the advantage here.
Yeah, it's a tight one. It's a real tight one.
Maybe tip the nose. Yeah, it's about time. The umpire makes the decision. If the umpire thinks there is doubt, this should say not out.
Exactly what I thought. There was nothing behind the line. Close though, but the right decision in the end. He pays a heavy price for not sliding his bat into the crease. Madhushanka departs now. It's 136 for 9.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
Leica Premier League 2022. Colombo Stars versus Dambulla Aura. Tonight at 7:30 p.m.
Beerskant on strike. Salam Khail, new batter.
After getting hit for a 6 of the first delivery, Osuro is not going to pitch the ball up. He has relied on these heavy balls. They have plenty of time. Took a bit of time to release the ball, but it was able to find the target and got the ball onto the stumps in time.
Derana didn't think it was out initially. Change in strike, 24 from 7. Jaffna Kings once more staring down the barrel. Waka Salam Khair. Does he have something special for us? Can he strike a long ball? Boundary will be handy off this delivery before we start the final over of this innings. Strokes it for 1 and he will keep strike. So good over from Udana. 8 runs from it, 138 for 9.
දැයි දුවදරුවන්ගේ වෘත්තීය අධ්‍යාපනය නංවාලීමේ අරමුණින් අද දෙරෙන එඩියුකේෂන් හා ජාතික තරුණ සේවා සභාව එක්ව ගෙනේන වෘත්තීය මාර්ගෝපදේශන පුහුණු පාඨමාලා වැඩසටහන පෙළ
Skills Development
සෑම සෙනසුරාදා සහ ඉරිදා දිනකම උදෑසන 7:30ට අද දෙරෙන එඩියුකේෂන් නාලිකාවෙන්
23 required from 6 deliveries. This is where teams are at in terms of the standings of the Mazda Play LPL 2022. Kandy Falcons at the top. They might just consolidate that position. Derana entrusted with the last over. And we have a double-header day in store for you. The next match will see Angelo Matthews and the Colombo Stars in action at Palakele. And they will be up against Nabula Aura, team still without points. Team that hasn't secured a win just yet in this year's LPL.
They'll have to play well, Nabula against Colombo Stars. They've gained a lot of confidence. And the combination is working. That's good running. Pick up 2. Chance of overthrows. No guesses there. The captain is happy, profound smile on his face. Talking about Jaffna, I think this is the first time they've been beaten twice by a team in LPL. That's an achievement when you talk about Kandy Falcons.
Yeah, Jaffna, defending champions, 2-time title winners. Being outplayed by the Kandy Falcons. Match number 6, the Falcons got the better of Jaffna Kings by 3 wickets. Here again, highly impossible task of the Kings, requiring 19 from 3 deliveries. Straight hit, will get a boundary, but a little too late on this occasion.
It was Fuller, straight. Became very easy for number 11 batsman, who was backing away from the stumps, to be able to hit the ball straight down the ground for 4 runs. Yeah, he has struggled with the ball, hasn't he? Better option against the number 11 batsman.
Karunaratne will have the task of closing the innings out. A little bit expensive, but he will learn from this experience as he goes deeper into this tournament. Of course, still a few matches to be played before we get to the playoff round. Last delivery. And it will just be 4 leg byes to end the innings. Anticlimactic, you would say, because at one point in time, Jaffna Kings really looked as though they were going to get these. Not to be this man, the captain, Wanindu Hasaranga, back with wickets, 2 wickets to him, and he's inspired yet another win for his franchise.
Yeah, and with this win, they assume the pole position in this edition of LPL. Handshakes all around. He'll be a happy man. That the combination is working well. Every individual in the team is contributing, and that man in the picture has been phenomenal with the ball. He's gotten to the habit of picking up wickets.
No, Jaffna Kings not far away from the target. They get to 150 for 9. They've fallen short by 10 runs. There was a little bit of a cameo from Avishka Fernando, 33 from 20, and top scorer, Rick Rama, 48 from 41. No one really committed themselves to crossing the line and doing the job with the bat.
A partnership between Avishka and Sabira was very good enough that nothing to write back home. But the bowlers were very good. They were not perturbed at any time because of that partnership. They kept on looking for wickets, searching for wickets, found them, and eventually almost every bowler contributing towards the cause, restricting the opposition to 150.
So again, the Falcons securing 2 points. They were in a spot of bother with the bat early on. Fabian Allen came and played a blinder. 47 from 23, got them to a respectable total of 160 for 8. When they bowled, well...
Oh, he's going again. He could be dead here.